Welcome back to the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David, and I should turn my light on because I look more hideous than usual. Hey, I'm with Nicole Rodriguez Galdo
Hello, hello.
and Yvie Cahill.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. It's so good to see both of your friendly
Oh, I
faces.
know. It's been a while.
I've missed you.
It's been... Was it just last week, or was it's been a while? So
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been a few weeks, yeah.
Has it been?
Yeah, it's been a
Okay.
few weeks because I think, David, you've been busy.
I have been. I just got back from LA Comic Con. So
Yes.
I did some stuff
Yeah, how was that?
there. It was
Yes,
good.
quick summary.
It was the best LA Comic Con that I have been a part of. Where I don't just like it. I'm not an attendee. I'm working. So
Yes.
it was a good it was a very good time. But yeah, I have a couple of fun memories from the experience. So I'll share them in a little bit here in a moment. Nicole, should I skip you for a second?
Yes, please.
Okay,
I'm trying
Nicole's
to finish
working on something. Yvie, go
She
ahead.
is. I don't really have anything interesting to discuss. The past 2 weeks, I have been doing a deep dive into a TV show that I never saw when it originally was released, and that's Alias. You know, like Jennifer Garner.
Wow.
Is it good?
Okay, that's a fun show, yeah.
Is that a J.J. Abrams show?
I do. It is J.J. Abrams, which also threw me. So my sister was into it back in the day, and she had, I think, the first 2 seasons available on like her Google Play. So I decided to watch those, and then of course, you know, I need to finish the series because it's only 5 seasons. So I've got access to the rest of them now, and I've been going through it. And there's so many big names in that show. Like Tony Amendola was in it for a second.
Tony's in
I
everything.
think
Yeah.
was it? Yeah, and
Really
so
is.
was oh my God. Why can't I remember his name from the movie and also SG-1?
Well, that narrows it down a little bit. So Alexis Cruz.
No.
Eric Avari.
Eric Avari,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes, he took an absolute ass kicking from Jennifer Garner.
Wow.
Um he was like
I'd
an
love to
evil
get my ass kicked
scientist.
by her.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm enjoying it, except afterwards, I never want to hear the word Ramboldi ever again. And if
What
you've
is
seen
that? Is that
Alias,
like a
you'll know what I
name?
mean.
Oh, okay.
It's a name. It's a name. And I thought it was going to be like just like a little blip on the radar, but it's been 3 seasons so far, and it's
Interesting.
mentioned several times an episode, and I'm kind of over it a little bit, but I'm still enjoying it.
Okay.
It's still fun.
I certainly understand that. Yeah. All right. Nicole, are you still
I'm good. I've done it.
you're done it? Okay. What's going on with you?
Oh, I'm drinking out of my favorite mug. Daddy is a state of mind. Quote from Pedro Pascal, who is a daddy in 2 TV shows. So,
hmm
well, what have I done? Nothing. I sat around. Got new glasses. These are my old glasses that I never
I
wore
was gonna
because they're
say.
they're crooked like this. I've put a plaster on them
Oh.
try and fix that. But they're getting everything relensed. So Tuesday I'll get my old glasses back. Blah blah. These are gonna get redone. What have I done? I played video games. Read some stuff. Played more video games. Played Rainbow Six. Got a bit tilted. And
That's an older one,
yeah. And I rewatched what Rainbow Six.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 10 years old now. It's more like 8
Yeah,
years old.
so it's
getting
an older
old.
one.
It's
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah,
Great
you
game.
were what? 14? So
Yeah, 14 to 16, that age range.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And
so it's older.
A baby.
yeah,
A baby.
I've been drinking matcha every day, and my tummy's been a bit poorly. I've not been around, so I've missed you guys a lot. And and I rewatched Stardust like 3 times in the last week.
I'm looking forward to seeing
Oh,
it.
wow.
Really love that movie.
I think that should be at the end of season 6. That should be our midweek movie, considering apparently Nicole has never had her first choice. So
Yeah, technically, none of the other choices were my first choice. They were all either group choice or other choice. So
I wish
I'm
you would have put it
excited.
that way sooner, because you know,
I wanted to let everyone else get a vote in. So next time.
okay. Well, not everyone always deserves a vote. This is not necessarily a democracy.
Well,
Mob
not with
rule.
me around.
Okay.
So I've got the bad example already.
Okay, we've got a bad
Yes,
example.
let's do it. Let's do the bad
I'm hoping you guys
example.
get it. I didn't have the right colors because I couldn't find my other whiteboard pens in 5 minutes.
That's
So-
okay. You've literally whipped this up in like 2 seconds.
Descent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes
Sorry,
sense.
I should have shut up. I should have given everyone else the chance.
I thought that's what it was, but I couldn't remember the name of the episode.
Hey,
And because there's
Yvie,
only
it's good
there's only
enough.
one figure in there, I was like throwing for a second.
That's really good.
Yeah,
But I
this
love
took me
it.
a hot minute. Everything was the wrong color, and I was like, "This is not good that it's all the wrong color." But I just, as long as
It
water
It
is
looks
blue.
like it looks like some like crazy like hula hooping or something.
Yeah, Jonas is crazy hula hooping
That's really good.
in water.
Oh,
So
man.
you know what? Our bad examples need to get worse because, like, you know what's funny though? If somebody didn't watch Stargate saw this, they'd go, "What the?" You know.
Well,
like-
that's the point. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have it on that
abstract.
uncanny valley area where we as a group can get it, but no one else would. You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much more bad example you can get outside of stick figures. I mean, how much lower can you go?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I think my favorite bad example we've had so far is Evie's shrine. It was almost too detailed that I was overthinking it.
Yeah.
I was overthinking it because it was
The
too
problem is that
detailed.
she's a good artist.
Yeah.
So-
God curse you. While like David, Michael, that was my favorite for like cleverness of
Right, because
coming up with a good
exactly.
image.
Well, I
was-
try to look at things outside of
yeah.
Yes.
and the
yeah.
map
I
view
struggled with
version
that one.
of the spaceships, like changing
Yeah.
the orientation of the shot and like what the
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's like
My way of bad exampling is to just think of a moment in the episode and just go for that.
Yeah.
And like
Mhm.
and so in a way mine's less creative than like doing a Michael. I like that.
you
so
are
much. It was so
reproducing
good.
the shot a fair bit, but it's not creative. It's not lacking creativity
Yeah.
in terms of your approach.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's
So-
still I think it still involves the same amount of creativity, like because you are still drawing it and you are still trying to capture a moment. So I don't think it's any different really.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm wondering how
Yeah.
far I can take a bad example, like how ridiculous the creativity can go, like charades or something, just like that kind of thing. A lot of effort. Don't want to do that, but like I wonder how good we could do.
I actually had another game idea, but I don't know whether you want me to discuss this with you guys off air.
Yeah, let's discuss it off air before we
Let's
tie
discuss it off air
ourselves
before we
to
burn
it.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
not tell anybody what it is because if not, if they want it and we can't provide it, then
I
I don't
posted
want to
a
disappoint them.
Couple of moments to my Facebook. Did you guys see the R2
Yes, you
bit?
did.
I did.
Yes.
So I'm gonna play that right now
Yes.
for everybody so that they can see. We had. I ran a
It
booth,
looked really cool.
and I'm
The
playing
booth
that
looks
right
really
now.
cool.
So R2 showed up at our booth.
R2D2, where are you?
I'm assuming everyone can hear it.
Good morning. Are you all charged up and ready to go?
In the droid?
Check out our spaceship. You have a hologram too.
So there's a droid. There's a whole team of droid makers.
Okay.
Yeah. And he just rolls away. So, but the more serendipitous moment. Are you guys familiar with Big Bang Theory
Yes.
and
Oh
Young
yeah.
Sheldon?
I saw the Young Sheldon thing, and I was sitting there like, my mum is gonna freak. She
Small
loves
Yeah.
Young
world,
Sheldon.
man. So
It
I'm just.
took me a minute to figure out
How
who
did
he
you
was.
do that? How did that happen?
He was across from my hotel, and we were walking back after dinner, and he was standing there talking with a musician. So if you've seen Young Sheldon, Ian Armitage, let me go ahead and show this.
You
one.
weren't like having dinner with him though, were you?
No,
Or were you?
no, he was out,
Say.
16-year-old on the streets of LA at 10 o'clock at night, talking with a street performer. Let me show this video to everybody.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. Maybe you should carry like,
How old are you? 17?
I'm 16.
Yeah, I'm
You're
surprised that
16
you
and you
have
can do all
anyone
of
with
that?
him.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, you're way more
Man,
talented.
times have changed.
So-
really?
we stood and we talked with him for about an hour, and he was just singing, and the street performer was doing Elton John. So anyway, you never know.
Immediately, it was so wild, but I forgot how much puberty can affect you. So I was like, oh my god, he's grown. Look at him.
Yes.
'Cause I
You never
don't-
know who you're gonna meet. It's
Yeah.
absolutely wild.
Just nuts.
So
It is wild. I'm very jealous. You know, it's like
I'm jealous too. Now I know. Now I won't recognize who he is.
It's funny because like you were helping on the booth that we
Yes.
were doing stuff with at San
Yes.
Diego.
Yeah.
So it's funny because like I've seen evolutions of different booths depending on where they are. So like they had a like booth that was like more just like a showcase kind of like who the characters are at the San Diego one. And they had
yeah,
the
it was
actual
amalgams.
then they had like the Bath bar at London, the London convention I went to, and then
that's right.
and then you had like this whole like this vegetation.
We had
and
actual.
everything.
So it's a planet. So let me pull this up here. This is the Last Luminian series. This is what I've been working on with some friends, and Nicole and Yvie helped out with it as well. Let me
The
pull
author
this
is
up.
my sister from another mister.
Oh, she's wonderful. So this is the
She's
Goodreads
fun.
page for it. But
really fun.
so there's a her name is SG Blaze. She's actually a Stargate fan, and she is she's producing 13 novels that are based in this universe that I could say it combines Lord of the Rings and Star Wars with The Princess Bride.
Yeah,
And so
that's
the
it.
5th book is coming out this December, and so we
Oh,
recreated
exciting.
a scene from the planet that's in the 5th book and characters from the 5th book, and it
cool.
was very well received. So
Honestly, the amount of like money that must go into that is insane because it's always so impressive. Like I don't think I've
they do a
seen
great job.
because like
Yeah.
there are huge publishers that I know in the UK that go to these events, right? And they never go that hard
That's it.
on anything. So you know, I respect the hustle, and if she comes back to London and does more stuff, she's gonna make the other publishers look bad. I'm okay with that. They need to try harder. So
The team that
Just
puts
raise
her-
the bar.
She has the team that puts her booth together is top notch.
yeah,
So-
they had dead rats in the London one that like shake because they've been like daggered to the board, and I thought
That
it was
is
awesome.
cool.
Little motors of them being
They,
like,
they shook
I got
themselves.
quite sad.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. I got a little.
Was it like
videos of
motion
so-
sensitive, or it was just like on a
Nah,
timer?
every few minutes it'd randomly just go off. But
That's
it was
really
cool.
cool.
Oh, that is
Grotesque,
cool.
but cool.
That is cool.
So,
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for sharing your bad example.
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and get started on sharing this week's rewatch, which is Redemption Parts 1 and 2. Do you guys have the episodes?
yes,
Yeah,
I'm massively
ready.
excited to start a new season. Season 6
Yeah?
has its weaker moments, but this is gonna be like, you know, good. The start is amazing. Season 6 has a great
It
start,
has a
so-
different temperature, in my opinion,
Yes.
season 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is-
That's a good way of putting it.
It is lighter. It is. It's just more. You know, it's not as intense, in my
yeah.
opinion. But yeah, it's it's kind of moving into Stargate's moving into kind of a new era. I will say that this version of the show that we're watching does not have the opening MGM logo. It goes right into the episode.
So a few seconds lost.
Yes. So if
okay.
your cut has that, you're going to want to skip forward from that
ahead.
and start
Yep.
just on the puddle with the reflection of SG-1. And that's where we'll go from there. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Ready when you guys
You guys ready?
Yes, let's do this.
Okay. We're going to start Redemption Part 1, folks. And maybe I should pull out my timer. Maybe that would be helpful. That's what
That
I
might
was
be useful.
missing.
That might be useful.
Just
Nick
kinda.
Nanda said, my sister dropped the show at season 6. She liked Daniel too much. That makes me sad. But
A lot of folks left over
Yeah.
over that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people left when Rick left. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, guys, let's go ahead and get the show started in 5, 4, 3. Dialogate? I know that phrase. My name is David Reed, and you're watching Wormhole Extremists. I'm with Nicole
Hello.
and Yvie.
Hello.
This is season 6.
It
We're
is
here,
season 6.
over halfway through SG-1.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good point.
Jack's injured leg in this episode actually mirrors RDA's real life injury. So apparently Rick hurt himself falling while carrying his 3-year-old daughter just days before the filming began.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I always thought this was his first version of finding a way out of some screen time.
That's what I thought.
And apparently it's an accident.
Not officially.
Wow.
Not officially.
Okay.
For those who are curious, apparently these first 2 episodes take place about 3 months after Meridian and Revelations. This is also the first original episode to air on Sci-Fi Channel after the move from Showtime. And it actually aired in about June 2002, and it was strategically scheduled after Farscape. So apparently the network president hoped that Stargate fans would stick around to improve Farscape's ratings.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh.
And then when it became Fargate SG-1, that must have been a fun time. Just blend the two.
Yeah.
This is the first time I think I've noticed Jack say next.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this didn't...
Brutal.
It is
This
brutal.
new guy is not working.
He's actually pretty brutal, this entire episode.
I feel really
yeah.
bad for Jonas.
Yeah.
Jonas is going through his trials. Hence why it's called Redemption. On 2 or 3 levels. You got the Jonas level,
McKay's
you got
back.
the McKay level, and you got the Teal'c level.
Exactly.
You know, I haven't really said it enough, but Daddy McKay is back, and I'm very excited.
Daddy McKay.
When he
So
turns
the way
the corner,
that
it's going to be great.
the way that this guy handles Sam's weapon is like a little bit unorthodox.
Yeah. That's Colonel
Also,
Pearson.
you'll notice obviously that Michael Shanks has been removed and replaced by Corin Nemec's name in the sequence here.
And this
and
is
also
a
Christopher
season
Judge's
6
name
temporary
coincides
opening
with the-
sequence.
Yeah, Christopher Judge's name actually coincides with the glyph for Chulak, which is kind of cool.
Oh, really?
Aw.
There's a
Yeah.
Chulak glyph.
I did not notice that.
I did not notice that. That must have been on purpose.
I think it's this one.
So it's this
Wow.
one. Wow, that's really cool.
And another fact, Redemption actually breaks the tradition by starting the season with a 2-parter.
Interesting.
This is
Good
true,
point.
because
Yeah.
usually it goes from last to next, but
Yeah, they
obviously
wanted a
going
movie.
into
Yeah.
a different TV channel, they needed to kind of start some kind of fresh thing, because it's kind of a bit dangerous leading
exactly.
on a
They're
proper
like,
two-parter
let's start
between.
afresh and let's just do something different.
This
Yeah.
is my favorite opening sequence of the entire franchise. Everybody.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
yeah.
Just tight shots
Yeah.
of the Stargate. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, apparently Jonas is listening to music from the Man in the Iron Mask, which is an MGM production.
Yep. I loved
Nice.
this. I loved this piece of music for years, and all of a sudden Jonas was listening to it, and he's actually listening to it on loop, because that particular section doesn't last nearly as long as his, as this scene. But I loved that piece of music. So
He's eating green grapes. Not my favorite grapes.
oh really? Oh, I
I
love
like
Red.
green ones if they're really
Crunchy.
nice and firm.
Yeah,
They
green
have to be
often in the
crispy.
UK are not very crispy or firm, so I get a bit.
Yeah, I think they
about
call them in Australia, they literally call them autumn crisp.
They're my favorite kind of grape.
Yeah.
It would be very strange, even if you like this guy, walking in and seeing him go through Daniel's stuff.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
agree.
not really Daniel's. I mean, some of it is, no, but not all of it is.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like they need to reuse the set somehow. Like it's a wasted potential for if someone passes away, you don't just like not fill that house with stuff again. You got to just like eventually.
That's true.
You know.
So is
yeah.
is Jonas getting like off-base privileges because he's symbiote free and not like a public health risk?
Oh.
Who would believe him? You know,
True,
if he was
yeah.
from another world. So I don't think he's going to cause too much trouble. He is smart though.
Nah,
so
he's a good boy. He's my cinnamon roll.
Yeah, I enjoy Jonas.
I'm still really grumpy about like the fact that
This is
they took him out.
an adorable comment about
Yeah.
the dress code. So apparently the command typically sets the dress code, but team members can often choose the color.
yeah.
He went with green. Excellent choice.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that we call each other every
Did.
morning was added in post, or if it was.
I
I
love
always
it.
felt
Yeah,
it
well,
sounded a bit
because she's
weird.
out of
She's
she's
out of
out
shot.
of frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I really love about Jonas? I think it's his sense of wonder, because like SG-1 has done so many amazing things over the past 6 years, and like some of that enthusiasm has kind of faded from like the other three. So I think it's true. Like Brad Wright, I think promised that Corin, as Jonas, would bring like a renewed sense of amazement, and I think
wonder.
they've done
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like Daniel was kind of getting done with stuff anyway, because it was just same
a little
old.
bit, yeah.
So I do want to comment on the clothing thing. So I realized my favorite color to wear is khaki green, and I blame Stargate for it. So my pajamas, not the ones I'm wearing now because they're in the wash, but my pajamas khaki green. My favorite trousers. I've got 4 pairs of trousers, all khaki green, different types of trousers.
Yeah, khaki
Always
green's
gotta
a
make
good
sure.
color. Yeah, no, I think it works for you.
We've completely ignored the elephant in the room.
Well, this is the X-302, which is the first human-built fighter using reverse-engineered Goa'uld tech.
Yep.
Not the same as
So
slapping a bumper sticker
that's
on it
right.
like the
So
last
no
time.
recall
Exactly.
device.
Yeah.
Yes, they've got more control over its design.
Yeah. This is actually, you know what? This is, yeah, let's acknowledge it. Like, this is the first time we have actually taken something, built it from scratch ourselves using resources from Offworld,
Yep.
and made it. And this is the next step towards Prometheus. So,
Yes,
a huge
exactly
deal.
right.
And we have an experimental hyperface window generator.
Quadria.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Jonas.
I love that.
Yeah.
In 3 months. I find that a little hard to believe, but, you know, I mean, it's possible.
I mean, I'm sure the Asgard, like, maybe might have had, like, 5 minutes.
With Prometheus,
Send a
yes.
text.
And I wish they would have referenced Prometheus or the X-303 at this scene, and I would have been perfectly content to know nothing else until episode 10.
No, they
don't.
don't mention it till the second episode.
Big surprise.
So this is actually the first time that we had Chekhov's name.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, we haven't heard his name before. He's just been like a random colonel.
And he is one of my favorite characters. I love him because he comes in with the, you know, like, Earth isn't just America argument. And I think that's very interesting.
Absolutely.
Because we're often
brings
stuck
in an
on the
interesting
conflict.
like Earth-based conflict.
Jeez. Did I say that out loud?
Oh,
he's so mean. I get it, but he's so grumpy.
Jeez, man.
Oh, see, he really should be reprimanding him on the spot.
Yeah,
like
he
he even
yeah.
admits it. He even admits it. Because he's being very disrespectful.
There's no
I mean, I
need to
guess
be
they are
this
the same
nasty.
rank, but
Yes,
yeah.
they are, but it's not appropriate.
No, it's not appropriate.
Oof. Yeah, good. Apologize. That's the thing. It's like he's kind of disrespected Hammond a bit by talking to him like crap in
Yes.
front of him.
It suggests that he runs his command not tight at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, there are moments where he does have that, but, you know, humanity sometimes gets in the way.
Correct.
Oh, look who they seem to be describing. You know, Jonas. Jonas.
It's a shame that, like, Jack, yeah, like, they make the argument later. Jonas talks about it in the 3rd episode where he's like, oh, I feel like I only got this command because he didn't want a Russian on the team. And
Yep.
it's like, yeah, actually, that is
Kind
the
of.
reason.
Well,
I'm
kind
sorry.
of, unfortunately.
That's the starting
but-
reason, yes. But you
Yeah.
stayed
Yeah.
for other reasons.
Yeah.
He's not going to open a file.
No.
He wants to get out there and see what they're made of.
And watch Teal'c eat a light snack.
Yes, exactly.
More grapes, if I remember. He really munches on those grapes. Look so good when he eats them. I'm very excited to see them.
That's hilarious.
Teal'c
Looking
does-
forward to
He looks
some
so
grapes.
Teal'c does get more airtime this season, which I
Yeah.
must admit
It's
I do
good
appreciate.
to see. Yeah,
Can't wait to
agreed.
see him eat Jack's ice cream.
Oh yes! Oh, they fight over that Ben and Jerry's tub.
nicks it.
Oh,
He just
it's
nicks it.
adorable.
Brilliant.
So Amanda Tapping admitted that there was a hesitancy on Sam's part to be too familiar with Jonas. She didn't want to like make a big emotional investment in Jonas because he's not Daniel. So I think she also said as well that in some ways Jonas kind of like inadvertently brought the 3 remaining SG team members closer together. So
Correct.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of safe to say that Jonas has like some kind of advanced like photographic memory.
Yes.
I'm very
Yeah,
jealous.
so I was reading online that a lot of fans did have some mixed reactions to this particular character trait. So I think some of them found his quick learning ability to be a little bit too convenient.
That's why he's allowed to join SG-1 is because he has brought himself up to speed.
Exactly.
You know, so that was kind of necessary. He's not
Yeah,
a typical
I agree.
Colonan. He's more, he's kind of a prodigy on Kelowna anyway. So
To me, Jonas makes more sense than Cameron did in terms of like knowledge and like able to adapt to the team.
yep.
Yeah.
But it's not like he was stupid in the last episode and now he's really smart. Alongside
No.
Daniel, they were saying, you know, he was saying I'm a quick study. So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's been 3
They're
months.
already
He's just
doing
been
He's been in
probably
there
just
nerding it out, memorizing the Weather Channel,
eating,
listening to music.
sleeping, and just living like all of Daniel's previous work.
I hope he was going to sleep listening to recordings of Daniel talking about things and just like having that go into his brain. While sleeping.
Yes.
so this is
this-
the gate room. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
They're just
That
shooting
makes
around
sense.
it. Yep.
That's clever.
Reusing
Yeah.
sets.
Or it's either the gate room or the gate room is just adjacent.
So they're talking about like Jonas suspects that Jack has some resentment towards him. So I
Yeah.
think RDA has mentioned that obviously Jack does harbor some resentment towards Jonas for Daniel's demise, and he also admitted that Jack is generally suspicious of aliens in general, with Tilk obviously being the
The
exception.
one exception.
I
Yeah.
want to remind like the room, and I wish I could remind Jack that Teal'c literally killed Daniel's wife and was responsible for Star as well.
Literally
so
did.
like, you know, let's cut Jonas a break. The way he keeps getting up instantly and the way he loads his armor, he's like, ready. It's like
Bouncing straight back.
he's so cute. Look at that
look at him.
snack.
Look
Look how
at
many
him.
grapes
This
are on
is
there.
the exact same room.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, I love set design.
Yep.
That's just great.
Oh my
do a
I love the way
gosh,
Jack's like,
look
what
at that.
the hell? Guys,
That's
making me
about as
hungry.
much as I eat in a day.
It's about as much I eat,
Probably
yeah.
that's probably more than I eat.
Yeah.
The grapes apparently were on sale this week outside
Yeah.
of Bridge Studios. Oh, so he is
Maybe
opening
someone
them.
grows
He is
them at
reading
home.
them.
Yeah.
Open-minded is
Tilk's
anyone.
face here. So good.
I hope they're seedless. Because
Yeah.
Coolness.
Big
Oh,
crunch,
that's so
otherwise very
funny.
inconvenient. I love this. It's not a joke.
I know you've been practicing.
My favorite thing is the alien comment in a minute where Teal'c's like,
He's
hey,
an
look, buddy. There it is.
Wait.
Yeah.
That shouldn't matter. Come on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just
You
an
have
excuse.
He's saying it to the wrong guy as well.
Well, it makes it crystal clear that, you know, Jack doesn't consider Teal'c to be foreign. You know,
That's
he's one of
true.
the. It doesn't even occur to him. That's why he says
No.
it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why he
Yeah.
cut
So-
himself off in the middle. For a
Right,
second.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
he didn't even realize it. He's like, oh yeah, so are you.
So there's a little bit coming up in a few seconds, and it kind of leans into the discussion we've been having about reuse sets. So you can actually see some floor markings leading into the wall when Sam and Jack go to the elevator. So I just wanted to kind of preface it by saying that this is actually a removable wall prop.
Yes.
I did not know that.
So apparently while the elevator doors are closed, this prop wall is removed, revealing the full corridor when the doors reopen, and this makes it look like the car has moved to a different floor.
Yes. Good point. Black holes.
Little subtle
quarks.
things to make this look.
That book.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I know. Quarks are actually things, though. I didn't realize. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Many, many things. Teal'c is one of the people that
Oh, this is so funny. Just a comment. Oh my
I love
God.
that shit too. Actually, my favorite bit is coming up when Hammond literally yeets out of this room, and I haven't seen him move this quickly since the gamekeeper.
I was going to say the gamekeeper.
Oh, the gamekeeper
he was
moves fast,
really
yeah.
running.
With index fingers together.
Yeah.
Look at him go, like you can see him in a second. Look, he's so quick.
Oh, he's really moving.
He just wants
Good
to get out of there
excuse
as
to get
quickly
out of
as
there.
possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Teal'c and Braytek are gone. Okay. Just in
Yeah.
the nick of time, too.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're out of commission now.
So this is an example of another episode that I love, of just for some reason I love the episodes where they just sit around having, you know, interesting interactions with each other while like death is impending and they got to figure out how to not be trapped.
Yep.
As I said before, my favorite episodes are the ones where McKay in particular is trapped in a room.
So is the beam technically being fired at the Stargate yet?
Yes, I think
It is?
Yes, it is.
But it's
They
so-
haven't quite
but
picked
they haven't
it up
figured
yet.
it up. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's so low.
Yeah, the
Okay.
energy
Exactly.
input is like they have only a certain margin for like error on the energy, isn't it?
So
or
they've
something?
just Sam's just mentioned that you have to send something through to keep
Something.
the gate open.
And that's
so
it,
this
yeah.
explains, I guess, why the gate sometimes shuts off immediately, and other times it stays open for minutes, but it doesn't fully explain all the past instances of like prolonged gate connections where there's nothing in
Yeah,
transit.
exactly.
But anyway.
I've played
I
video
like to
games with the Stargate.
pretend
Go ahead.
that it's going. I like to pretend it's going that there's energy being thrown at it while people are hovering around. But that's just my brain.
I've played video games with the Stargate where, you know, you go in and dial it and then you get down to the gate room and you're getting ready to go through and the Stargate shuts itself off. It's like, it had a timeout, you know, we took too long and this is much more realistic than the show.
Yeah.
It's like, go back in there and dial it again. And
So I'm
it's
not
winter in Vancouver.
appreciating that they are gonna kill Dreyarko, you know, not even like in person. Like the actress isn't back. They're just gonna kill her off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of bummed me out. I would have liked to see you know, it properly.
Well, it does kind of prove that all adult female Jafar, not only priestesses, carry symbiotes, because I don't think we've had that distinction just yet, not officially.
Mm.
Was
you
Shaunok?
missed it,
Yeah.
bro.
Yo, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So
Here we go.
this is Neil Dennis's first appearance as Ryak since season 2.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's grown puberty. now.
Yeah,
He's getting married in 2 seasons. Isn't that crazy?
he really
It sure
is. Okay, so I think I may have missed a goof. So can you see the timer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the wormhole timer isn't mirror inverted in the gate window reflection. So this was actually initially done it was done deliberately, but initially it was considered a goof.
Oh.
It's so that the viewers
makes
can read
sense.
the counter in all shots. So also kind of another goof. The timer shows like inconsistent values between shots in the same scene.
Yeah, it's gonna happen,
Interesting.
isn't it? That's what always bothers me about a counting
Yeah.
timer on the screen like that.
Exactly 38 minutes.
Yeah,
Give or take a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Exactly, just to cover us.
And then I love he's like what's too much?
Now we have a problem.
Yeah. I just really like these episodes where they have to think, because I remember growing up, I was like, well, how are they going to fix this? And then the idea is actually bananas. You know,
Yeah,
it is nuts.
It
I love
is. I really feel for Sam in these 2 episodes because there's so much pressure on her to solve this, and she just doesn't think she can.
Got like black hole episode PTSD.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat, by the way, saying how hungry we're making them by talking about grapes and stuff. So
I'm eating a Twix candy bar, if that helps.
Oh, I love Twix so much. They're like one of my favorite chocolate bars.
I want some chocolate.
Can you hear that delicious crunching?
No.
Oh, good.
Gooey caramel center.
Oh,
My
what a
mouth
good
is watering just a
scene.
tiny bit.
Yeah. And like obviously they didn't bring the actress back, which
Well,
bums
no,
me out.
yeah.
But you know
But I
what?
think
Teal'c's
it
face
works
says it
though
all.
because you just see Teal'c's reaction.
Yeah. What was their marital status at this point?
Yeah,
Because
exactly,
he
'cause
like
you
kind of
slept with
cheated on her a
Shaunok.
bit. Yeah, I'm like.
Well, I
Teal'c,
assume they're
you-
just like
Dilly-dilly.
estranged. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only
For
way I
sure.
can think about it before. Like,
I think they
before
were
get upset.
separated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really actually like. I love the relationship here. I like that we get to explore the whole like beef between these two.
Yeah. Yeah, well, apparently this story was originally planned for a single episode. But Robert C. Cooper expanded it to allow for deeper character development, which included Teal'c and Ryak.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Jaffa rarely get their due.
Yes.
It tends to always be the same thing, like Jafar Revenge or like I don't know, just like freedom stuff. But like this one
Freedom
is
stuff.
yeah, I don't know how to describe it. But here there's some talk of freedom and that because obviously that's why Teal'c left. But like I'm glad that Ryak's like because when he was a kid he was all forgiving, but now he's older he's like no actually I'm mad at you for not being here when you should have.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Well,
not
he's not-
focusing.
Whoa.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's not so young and I guess gullible. Like he understands
Yeah.
everything on a different level now.
It's nice to see the
He's a
character
bit
stuff
jaded.
for Teal'c and his son and see Teal'c pushing the rebellion still, but focusing as well on how it impacts his family.
Mm.
It's really beautiful.
Damn.
This is horrible, but like interesting to see.
Yeah. Well, I guess he thinks that he's done the best for his son, but he's probably just coming to realize now that, he has missed a lot not being around.
I think
We haven't seen this guy in ages,
This is
right?
Tobias
Yeah.
Miller's final
Graham
appearance
Simmons.
as Simmons since
Yeah.
Message in a Bottle. So it's
Yeah.
it's his last end.
It's when he when did that crush go?
I know. I assume he was assigned elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
I hope he has a girlfriend now. I hope he's happy with her and not crushing on.
yeah, I mean he still seems a little awkward, but
Yeah.
that maybe just as him.
Yeah.
This is great
Mark
where we
Navarro.
can see the side. Oop. What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a repeating pattern.
There's
Suspicious.
kind of a goof, but like I'm not mathematically inclined, so I couldn't quite wrap my head around it. So Sam asks for like a 50% and then a 200% increase. So this would add up to 450% of normal, but the screen only shows times 200.
Yeah, you gotta give him
Just wrap your head around that.
that.
It's too early in the morning for me to wrap my head around that.
I respect that. Oof.
Oh, he got a bit of a butt kicking.
Yeah.
I think he believes, as far as his son's concerned, I think he believes he deserves it.
Yeah.
That's why he's
in a
allowing him to
rounded
beat the
way.
crap out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll destroy you. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is he's not fighting back, so
Snap me in half. Yep.
That head tilt.
Yep.
I love that head tilt.
yeah.
Yeah, but you've like helped so many other boys and their mothers.
Exactly.
That's the thing that sucks is that he's like sacrificing his family time to try and help other families.
His Braytag's it really reminds me of Yoda.
Yeah. Wise Jedi Master, which he also is.
That may be
He
taken from
really
Yoda.
is.
And
Jedi
now
Fallen
he's a Jedi. So yeah.
Full circle.
That's it. I hope there's a little bit of Master Braytak and Master Cordova.
100%. Yeah. I when I was playing it, it was so. Do you know what? It helped me fall in love with the game even more because having Braytak there.
Absolutely. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to finishing it and hoping he survives. So we'll see. But okay, I don't like the silence. Let's move on.
I was reading. I was paying attention. You're good.
So what exactly is it transmitting? It like is
Like
it
a
over?
pulse
Is
of
it
some
slowly
kind.
overheating? Sort of.
Yeah,
Or-
it's overheating.
I had that Dell.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
I had that Dell computer. Yes, I did.
I think my school had them as our laptops that we would use during IT time, every other day.
One of the things that you'll notice going through Stargate is that Dell will always have
Always
its most
then.
recent products for show.
Yeah.
The writer's room, the upstairs, they never got them in the office, but they got them on screen.
I think it's really important
Oh,
because
God.
you need to have the most futuristic tech in the room on the
Yeah.
show. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
Or
Like,
most
why would you
updated.
yeah, why
Yeah.
would you use the most like the older tech in a place where like the Earth is on the line if you
Yep.
mess up? So
Exactly. So, this episode, as you can see, involved a lot of extensive night shooting.
Yep.
And also, does anyone else get like Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker,
Oh, for
like
sure.
funeral
yeah.
pyre vibes?
yeah,
And when you listen to the music, I'm sorry, David, there's actually some very similar notes from John Williams's score.
I'm hearing a like almost binary sunset in there
Yeah.
from when he's like looking at
Oh, I know this
Vader.
theme very well. We hear it again later on in Cure when Kalma is sacrificing
Oh,
herself. It's the
this
same piece of music.
this song hits me in a spot that like I can't even
Mm-hmm.
begin to describe. Cure
Yeah.
is an episode that made me weirdly emotional.
Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to getting there.
Look at that Stargate lit back there.
I
Yeah.
actually find that lighting super weird because it's just so dark around it.
Yeah.
Makes sense that it would be lit though, because if you need to dial out at nighttime, you got to see what
You
you're
have to
doing.
see where you're going.
Exactly. That makes sense. Yeah.
Atlanta don't got to worry; it'll light up on its own, you know.
Needs some underglow.
Yeah.
Give him some time, man. He'll come around. That's a lot of wood lost, though. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, God. See, I
good
love that he's bringing up
callback.
the
Good
brainwashing.
callback.
Like, it's
Yeah.
been so many years and it's still bothering him. Like,
Well, it would do. It was like life-changing.
yeah. You
Yeah.
have no control over that, though. You're
Yeah.
completely out of your own control.
yeah.
Also, like Braytak's sage wisdom like never fails to amaze me. Like I think that post Jafar Rebellion, I can see him as the next Dr. Phil. Like he's equally unqualified, but with a few extra centuries of life experience to back him
Yeah.
up.
Dan Ben asked, didn't Amanda Tackping say that she likes to research the scientific things she is said to know, so she knew what they were as
Yes.
frequently as possible? Yes.
Yeah. Jed Ted said that Teal'c Ryak here is like Kratos and his son in God of War. I think
Yeah,
that
that's
Christopher
similar.
Judge has got like a dad typecast kind of thing going on, and I am a-okay with that. I think
He is drawn to father-son stories.
being a
Yeah.
father-son kind of dynamic is really strong, and I think
Well-
especially in video games, one of my favorite types of stories.
I think we need his face on a mug like the one you have.
Daddy's a state of mind. Yes.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
a couple of Kratos at Comic-Con, at LA Comic-Con.
I want
Oh,
like
cool.
I want a coin with the Kratos on one side, Teal'c on the other, and it says Daddy's a state of mind. I want that. Somebody make that. No, this is beautiful and sad. I'm the kind of person where I don't really like do emotions very much, but then like the second someone asks me if I'm okay or they put my arm around me, I'm gone. I'm broken.
Yeah. Or if you see a sad robot.
Ah, don't do that. There's an advert for a sad robot movie at the moment that like it hangs out with forest creatures. I don't know if it's sad, but I know watching it I would be sad. So can't do it. Not watching it.
Oh, the Wild Robot.
Yeah, huh? I don't want to risk that.
I've been told it's better than Wall-E.
Oh,
made
really?
me
I
cry
think we
so
saw
much.
a preview for it at San Diego,
Yeah.
didn't we,
Yep.
Nicole?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Turned to you and I said, I can't do it. It might
I
die.
think you'll watch it and you'll love it. So
The way his voice breaks, it's excellent.
Yeah. Well, he's like, I've done all this for you, son, and you don't see this?
Yeah. Like with this
Oh.
freedom that he's got you're gonna get married and not live under the in slavery of the Gould. Like, oh,
Jonas.
the way they're doing this and telling you all the facts going around, and Jonas is like taking it in. It's excellent.
Yeah.
You just learn so
He's
much
like a
in
big
that 20 seconds.
sponge.
He is a big cinnamon sponge.
Cinnamon sponge.
Yeah, like a sponge cake, but cinnamon.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
My guy,
Yep.
my guy.
As insufferable as ever.
Oh, no, he's nicer somehow and hotter somehow. Oh God, he's so cute. He's so funny. Oh, he's exactly what we need.
Oh.
If this was Atlantis, he would have solved the problem like 5 minutes
Oh
ago.
gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't wreck it.
Yeah.
Not my fault. So I think that the PPT has been cancelled due to replicator rain. And that's REIGN, folks.
Robin said, "Really hate McKay." Well, sorry to
I
break it
love
to you,
hate
but
him.
I mean,
but I love
I'm
him in
in
the
love
end.
with him.
Yeah.
Jed, Ted, suck a lemon. Don't be mean. Come on.
So Sam's willingness to test fly the X-302 shows, I guess, just how desperate things have really become. So she's willing to gamble her life and Jack's on what is essentially an untested spacecraft.
Yep.
So they're
Yeah.
kind of scraping the bottom of the idea barrel at this stage.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Good old cargo ship.
Yeah.
When did she say suck a lemon? Is that this time? Is it this?
No, it was in season 5.
No, that was gone.
Oh,
Already
it was,
been
wasn't it? Yeah, it
past
was.
that,
Yeah, when they first met and they were talking about crystals.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
They were in
So
like
good.
they were in the they
Mess
were
hall.
eating together.
I like
the
wearing
mess
like
hall.
I've got lemon earrings just because of McKay.
They make earrings out of everything.
Yep.
So
Chakro.
this is Alex as a Pornovic. And I believe this role was initially offered to Keith Hamilton Cobb from Andromeda, and also an unnamed NBA star, according to Joseph Malozzi, and they both turned it down. So Alex will also return in the SGA episode Reunion as one of Ronan's Satidan buddies.
That's right.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
right.
Yeah, yeah, he goes on a full murder rampage in
That's
the
very
hive.
Yeah.
One of the most violent moments of the show for me. I was like, Jesus Christ, everyone chill. I will
Look at that
say,
flight
Jack,
suit.
they look very
Their
silly.
flight are weird, yeah. Why do you
Like,
need knee
damn.
pads when you're
Is he
flying?
still hot in that outfit, Yvie?
Oh, of course, always.
All right. God, you can see the limp in his leg there.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah. I'd love to. Yeah. That's what
There's
I
only
say. When
2
people say, you want to go do
seats.
something? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'd love to. No. Yeah.
I was watching a Graham Norton interview with a comedian, and I can't remember his name, a British comedian. And he had been sort of dipping his toe into the acting industry. And he was, I think, asked to put on a limp for like a particular character he was playing. And I think the makeup artist suggested that he put put a stone in the shoe on the side of the leg that was supposed to be limping. But I think in this case, the RDA doesn't need to do that because he actually has an injury. So
Worked out really well.
yeah.
I love when they tie everything together.
Apparently in Corin Nemec's opinion, Jonas has a great respect for Hammond and views him as a father figure.
Oh, who are you? Wacky Nackwater. What a guy. He's such a douche. I love
Yeah, he
him.
really
Scientist
is. And he just like described himself in 3 words.
The more of an ass he is, the more I want him. It's funny because he's kind of like, especially in the early days, he's kind of useless because he doesn't go to the lengths that he does in Atlantis. In Atlantis, it's like he's pushed to the brink so much that he has to start
Because his
thinking
own
crazy.
life is sort of, it's more at risk in Atlantis because like he's on the front lines quite often.
Yeah.
Whereas this, he's sort of just working in the background. So he's probably able to distance himself from the
Yeah.
drama a little bit more.
Well, here he's like he might like die if everything explodes. So like,
But it's
you know.
like, it's, yeah. See,
He's
he
actually
shows
so
you how to
cute.
do it, but you're not paying attention.
He's so cute and like actually like telling him though, you know, like I
Yeah.
feel like someone else would do. Like I remember with Vala when she gets confused about the whole dog thing and McKay thinks she's making fun of him and then he tries to explain it to her to help her out and I'm
They're
like,
both
oh
dogs.
McKay.
McKay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the X-302 prop was actually placed on a flatbed truck to simulate the more realistic takeoff.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
And
cool.
also, if you keep an eye on Jack's helmet visor, you can briefly see the camera mount's reflection.
You sure can.
Faces.
faces.
Sorry, sir.
You can always ask.
I'd like a nice turkey sandwich.
That's
Worth a
right.
try.
Cadillac on the ground.
I love that it takes them forever to get to like the conclusion they do in the end. It's very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Beginning to see the little earpieces that will
exciting.
become apparent in Atlantis.
Yeah.
I love the earpiece thing in Atlantis.
I do
It's
too,
just-
actually.
It added a whole
So-
modern kind of look to it because that wasn't really much of a thing in the early 2000s.
So
You know, the
Jack
earpiece
and
was always really
Sam's
big.
masked dialogue was dubbed post-filming. Also, you would have noticed that Jack closes the toggle switch cover to start the engine. So in real life, closing those covers would shut things down, not fire them
Yes.
Brilliant.
There's the cloud drum again over the top of them. Just a big spinning drum with blue and clouds painted on them. That's all
Wow.
that is.
Fantastic effects.
That's cool,
yeah.
though. Gets the job done.
That's right. They're
Oof.
moving fast. Yeah, not working.
God, that dude must be really tall.
What a bro, just like
Yes.
racing over here to save humanity. Like, what a guy.
We've made some friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lockwatcher, the outfits
Yeah.
they are wearing are copies of suits worn by F-22 pilots.
I love that. He's just got a whole bunch of addresses just stored.
So when I was jealous when I was younger, if I would contact one person, I'd get a busy signal. I would reach out to someone else that I was afraid they were talking to and listen to see if I could get a busy signal on there.
Oh, that is
Oh,
so catty.
David.
I love that so much.
very
David.
catty.
That is.
Yeah,
That is
only did it a few
beautiful.
times.
No,
but
I
I did
respect
do
it.
it.
I would have done the
Impressed,
same
but
thing.
I also kind of feel sorry for you.
Yeah. Damn. I'm sure I did something similar growing up, but I maybe not as advanced.
That's it. All right, we're in space.
We are.
A side note, did you guys see Elon Musk, that rocket that like caught itself? Like it landed in the thing, it came down? That was
Oh.
mental. Science is crazy.
Really?
I'll share on Twitter later. He did something incredible.
I think
I don't
someone
love
might have
Elon Musk,
mentioned
but
it in the
technology,
chat.
cool.
So the glyph markings for the Sagittarius and Orion constellations, so glyphs 5 and 6 are in the wrong order for Abydos.
Oh, no!
Oof. Gonna go to the wrong place. I find it funny they use this failed attempt to jump into hyperspace as a shot for the intro. I always found that very interesting.
This is
That's
true.
like it's always in there. And that shot right there of Jack looking back.
Yeah.
Mm. You didn't miss the window. Raj Luther said yes in all caps to the SpaceX thing. Yeah, very insane test. You should definitely check it out later,
I'll
David.
check it out. SpaceX Test 5.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My friend was saying if someone saw what Elon Musk did like 20 years ago, if someone told him that he was going to see that like soon, he wouldn't have believed him. He would have thought, you know, you're crazy.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got a countdown.
Yes, we've got to count down instead
of a count up.
count up.
Yeah.
Because I've already
Impending
passed the
doom.
38 minutes, so
Yeah.
nothing much you can do. Sam. Mildly amused. Ugh. It's like he's reprimanding her like he's a teacher.
Oh, absolutely.
torn asunder.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Beautiful man.
exactly. Smarty pants.
Yeah, he's.
I love how Anubis decides that, you know what, I'm going to give him a phone call now when everyone's back and ready for my appearance.
He's in like makeup and like dress costume at the moment, getting ready for his debut.
They're making sure that the liquid look on his face is like up to standards.
Got to make sure it's all contained.
Yeah.
You know?
No leaking.
Prepare to meet your doom. He's got his like speech writers on standby.
Honestly.
His agent's about to be unhappy.
Yeah. Anubis, is this your agent speaking? I love that McKay does that. Very excited. Ooh, he's like, butt, head. The way she looked at him, like scolded him for even mentioning her bum.
Yeah.
Love it. This is the thing I find really interesting is that they're all looking at it as like they're all looking, doing too much work into it. There's this much simpler solution and none of them are thinking of it because it's just kind of too crazy.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
she asks Jack if he has a simple idea.
Yeah.
These are their simplest.
Whenever I'm having trouble with solving some sort of problem, I always sit there and go, I'm overthinking this. What's the simplest, dumbest thing I could do? And that might be it.
Eat some cake. I think this is the first reference to cake.
Yeah, cake, my idea. Can't wait for that.
Oh, yes.
Season 7, Grace.
No,
I said Grace, that's the wrong one. What's the other one? Was it Grace?
No, I think it is Grace.
What are you talking
about? Sam's in the
Cake,
hospital
my idea.
bed.
Oh, yeah. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. Hey, handsome. Get your evil on.
That's a very tall Anubis.
He looks really, he's not that tall.
No.
I would have honestly
filming him from underneath to make him look larger.
Yeah. I would have expected Anubis to maybe try and make himself seem taller and like as in person when he's walking around.
Some platform shoes or something.
Yeah, some nice heels.
So this episode did garner generally favorable reviews from critics. The praise focused mainly on like the cast's chemistry, humor, and the high quality special effects. But there were also some mixed reviews that were reviews from people who were concerned by the heavy exposition and the reliance on the series mythology. Corin's debut as Jonas received largely positive feedback from critics, but it still sparked some controversy among dedicated fans. The Save Daniel Jackson campaign reportedly sent occasional rambling death threats to the producers.
I find that really immature when that happens.
Death threats.
I think I've talked about
that is
this.
a direct quote from Lotzi.
Wow.
He called it rambling.
I've said before with other
threats.
shows like The Vampire Diaries and stuff that when an actor like leaves, right, it is no one's fault on like set or behind the scenes that they are leaving. Well, it might be if they're having beef, but like that person has chosen to leave. So like stop.
Yeah, if they've not been fired.
Like
I'm
not gonna lie, right? Where were the threats to Michael Shanks being like, get back on Stargate? I don't want him to get threatened, but like, why are you aiming your threatening things at the people that like didn't have anything to do with it?
They just didn't, probably at that stage, they didn't know, like fans just didn't understand the full extent of his reason for leaving. So they were just blaming whoever they could.
That was Redemption Part 1.
Now I'm just grumpy about all the people sending like, you know, these amazing talented showrunners and writers threats. It's like, just get in the bin.
They went through the ringer.
They did.
For a little while there. Yeah, there was I had never seen before. This was my first exposure to internet hostility.
The passion of fandom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is now just common, just par for the course now. But I had never seen anything like that before until, you know, I'd seen that for this show. It's like, oh, there's some passionate people out there.
It's you know, it's so inappropriate and so disgusting to behave like that. Like all we're doing is trying to make something fun and enjoyable for people to watch. So when you're getting hate for that, it's just like it makes people go like, why bother? Like I don't know if any of you saw that, but I would feel really bad if I was a writer like doing work on Stargate and getting that kind of hate. I'd feel horrible. So boo to those people. They suck.
There's an interesting point where the show becomes yours. And then you believe that you possess a certain amount of ownership of it. Or you believe your community does. And that there's a give and take between the fandom and the creators. And that at a certain point they become
a symbiotic
slightly
relationship.
Attached.
Yeah, symbiotes.
Yeah,
we're ghouls lurching on.
It's interesting. So
it is. It is an interesting
I agree
phenomenon.
with that. And I respect the relationship is there, but I do think that there's a certain level of just shut up and do what you can, say what you want to say,
just enjoy it.
We're gonna create this show, and you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, but just like say what you want to say, but don't do it with hate. You know, I think that's important. Speaking of things that I love instead of hate, I love this episode. By the way, I just want to say, I'm at Udi. I'm wearing this because I'm bloody freezing. I was going to swear. I'm freezing in this room right now. We're not turning on the heating because we're trying to see how long we can last to save money. So that's why I'm wearing silly things. I think this episode, Redemption Part 1 and 2 are two of my favorite episodes of the show. It feels like a mini movie. It feels really weird to rate this without Part 2. Yeah. I would say that this is like I love this episode so much. I don't love it as much as I love things like Lost City and stuff like that. Like it's getting there, but it's not like there yet. So I'd probably say this one is a 6 for me. I think it's really strong, has elements of everything I love about the show. Sadly, not Daniel, but like 99% of it is there. So it's solid. People trapped in a space, McKay trapped in a space even better, because I love when he starts to go a little bit cuckoo. It's just 10 out of 10. So, but not 10 out of 10, but you know.
10 out of 10, but a 5 out of 7.
But 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7.
Yvie?
I enjoy it too, and sort of as Nicole alluded to earlier, it does feel weird to rate an incomplete story because it is building up to something. So we're only seeing the just the setup of that at this stage. But I think I would be giving it I'm going to lean towards a 5, I think. I actually really enjoy parts of this season a lot. I like Jonas. I kind of like the change of pace. It may be because I know that Daniel's coming back. I don't know, but I enjoy Jonas Quinn. Yeah, I think he's good.
You appreciate this for what it is rather than this for what it could represent to the rest of the franchise. Not
exactly.
knowing. So
yes. So yeah, I think it's a 5.
It's a 5? Yeah. This is a 3 for me.
Whoa, interesting. Okay.
Didn't see that coming. Okay.
Well, one of you just said it. This is half of a show.
Yeah.
This is setup. It's people poking around trying to get positioned for what's going to ultimately happen. I love the stuff between Teal'c and Ryak. I think it's the strongest part of this episode. I think that it has a lot going for it in terms of introducing elements like the X-302. I love the fact that Hewlett is back. Jonas is not working for me yet as a character. For instance, this person is actually very upset. It's like,
I like that.
I get that.
It was a bit. It was a bit much.
I get that it was a bit, and it was funny. The season's in my opinion, the season is starting off flat-footed, and it's like, where is this going to go? I can tell you my part 2 rating will be better.
Obviously,
but in terms of where it's at right now, Raj is like
better.
But at least one chevron better.
Actually, like you're talking about.
There's not a lot going on here. It's fisticuffs and boxing, and the episode is all over the place. It's because it's doing a lot of several things. It's setting up Jonas. We're getting to know him a little bit better.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that anyone else liking it is a problem.
No. Obviously,
I'm just saying that I don't.
Of course. No, that's fair. That's fair, and you don't really need to justify why you like.
Well, no, I do.
Well,
but it is kind of a point of the show.
That I justify it. So, as we've asked people, if you're going to give something a 1,
explain yourself.
When most other people are going to lean to the other end, then explain it. If if you gave
like when
Bane a 7, we would ask you to explain it.
I'd be like, excuse me, who the hell? Like, what's going on?
How dare you like this?
Go get some therapy. Yeah, no. Oh God, that. Yeah,
But yeah, I sort of actually feel, I feel for Jonas a lot in these first two episodes because he's on his own. Like he's trying his best to make friends, but they're just comparing him to Daniel essentially, and they're having a hard time warming up to him, and he's trying to make his worth understood, but he's having a hard time communicating that, and I really feel for him.
He is the character.
I think we've all been in that situation before. Yeah.
Before I read everybody's things, just want to say with the first, so very interesting that you said that, David. I wonder how at the end how all our ratings are going to reflect.
I am interested as well.
Yeah,
so.
Because I mean, you and I don't have much to go, do we, Nicole? Like we've only got like 1 or 2 chevrons to play with because we've rated it quite high.
Yeah. So what I will say is I think the first 7 episodes of season 6 solid. I love all 7 of them. Soon as you get to like the Night Walkers, bleh, for a while.
Yeah, well that's when Rick is not.
I think that's like 4.
As present in the series.
Oh.
I believe it's just after the other guys.
It's just before. I might be wrong. Nightwalkers is before the Abyss.
You're joking.
Yeah, because that's the episode
when Rick is.
Oh, you're
Rick
right.
Is not there.
The first 8 episodes minus Nightwalkers, and then blech, there you go. That's my math.
There's a couple of stinkies for sure.
There's a couple of stinkies.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Raj Luther said Redemption Part 1, 6 out of 7. Yes, my guy. Anthony, 5. Robin, oh yes, 6 chefs from me as well. I like that your dislike of McKay doesn't affect the rating. Good on you. Jacob voted a 6 for part 1 earlier. I'm guessing he's not about anymore. Stuart, 5 out of 7 chevrons. Nick Nar, 5. Jetta said to think Jacob rolled his eyes at Daniel pretending to be the great and powerful Oz. Oh yeah, classic. I know that's what I do it right now, but that's hilarious. Oh no, I did it. Yeah, no, I feel it with that vibe.
What happened? Did you say you were the great and powerful Oz?
5 out of 7 from Gecko Fett. And then he said the Udi looks good. Are those cats on it? No, they're greyhounds because my dog is a greyhound. So,
but greyhounds are essentially the cat of the canine world.
They are.
Helper.
They are. Yeah. Toxic fandoms are annoying. Thank you, Raj Luthra. Lockwater said this gets a 6 from me. Gary Chalk, David Hewlett, Corin Nemec. Are you kidding? This is the start of a new season and makes it a 6 due to what is coming up. This would be a 5.
Smells like new beginnings.
Yeah. Shimmer Victoria, 5. Jonas is a cutie pie. You get it. You get it.
I agree.
Dan Ben, 4. Jed Ted, 6 chevrons, and Raj Luthor with a David gasp, kind of a like what the hell, David emoji for your rating. So yeah. Yeah, good time. Good time. It feels weird to sit here and go, yeah, what a good episode. It's not. David, why are you looking at the computer like it's offended you?
Trying to find the comment due to what is coming up. Lockwatcher makes a 6 due to what is coming up. So not a 6 because of what it is, but a 6 because of what it's about to be.
That's what my friend Jordan says to me. He's always like, you always give a rating to something that's like okay just because a future episode is going to be amazing that's related to it. And I'm like, Jordan, be silent. So don't mess with my logic.
My rating of 3 out of 7 is based on Redemption Part 1 on its own merits.
Just this episode, yeah.
So,
yeah. I think I just love it all over. And I think that there might be some addition from Part 2 being in there, but I think that it's got everything that I want from a season opener. And we're finally seeing Anubis being menacing and evil and doing stuff. So it's like, I complained about that all of last season.
Menacing, evil, and tall.
Yeah, tall, because not that tall. So, yeah. Right. Well.
All right. You guys ready for Redemption Part 2?
Dive in. Yeah, let me just get it up and running.
We're going to go ahead and proceed here. I've got it ready. You guys set?
Yes.
Yep.
Redemption Part 2. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Yvie.
Hello.
And Nicole.
Hello.
And this is Redemption 2.
Whoa.
Previously on.
So when this first aired, I missed Redemption Part 1. Completely.
Oh.
So this was...
Thank God for the recap.
Thank God for the recap. It was all I had to go on.
Yeah. So that was my whole life, remember, with my weird watching order where I skipped season 2 and 3 and had to constantly witness previously. and then fill in the gaps.
That's
Did
it.
you just miss the broadcast, David?
Yes, I believe so. I think that's exactly.
Okay.
I was just out of town, and my VCR didn't work or something.
I miss those days though, where you just missed something and you had to find a way to get around to it. I know it was a pain in the bum, but I feel like entertainment is so
a
readily
simpler
available
time.
now. Yeah, we're spoiled
It
now for
was.
choice.
Got
It's
to
quite
catch
annoying.
it on the VHS or
Yeah.
If you had a power outage,
record
you were
it
on your own.
TV. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
Oh,
kind
God.
of just miss out until it's released.
That's it.
I actually missed an episode in season 6. I think it was Cure, and I think my we'd recorded it, and my stepdad, so I was being a naughty teenager, punished me by deleting all my recordings for season 6 that I had,
Oh, heartbroken.
and I'd never seen them, so I was very upset.
They're hanging a
Don't you
lantern
think
on
the
my
way
question
that,
here. Why stop? Why show
Yeah.
up a day and a half afterwards? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
When you said that, David, I did actually think that I was like, isn't David Hewlett going to say it in a minute?
Shut the gate.
So the
shuts
way
down.
he's describing Anubis, he sounds like dramatic and theatrical. It sounds like
Yeah.
a big hangry cat.
Yeah. Oops, never mind.
So Sam's explanation of the timers sort of clears up that nagging question I had about the shift, because I think in the last episode it showed 58 hours, and then now it's 54 hours, but it makes sense because it's counting down to a boom, not counting up, with
Yeah.
the gate activity. These scientists, these unnamed scientists, were actually technically in part 1, but they didn't have any speaking parts. So these are actually the Roberts Squared, Robert Clark and Robert Thurston. So both will appear as different characters in season 9 of SG-1 and Atlantis, respectively.
Oh, really? Well, there you go.
Yeah. I think in this case, EM might stand for extreme measures, because at this point they're like really grasping at straws.
That's a very good point. So let's all just go home. And even Carter concedes later, we had to try something. So
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, she's just irritated by his presence because he's just kind of the worst at this point.
and she admits
she's
later
just- she's
there's a
just
sexual
wishing-
tension going on too.
There is a little bit,
Thank
yeah.
you.
which
Yes.
which makes it funny.
It's why I have such a crush on him because he is a fine man.
Oh jeez.
So...
I still love this opening sequence.
I like it
It's
too.
so good.
I think the graphics have actually held up pretty well.
Yeah. Well, it's not a digital gate. It's
Yeah,
it's,
this is real, isn't it?
It's practical. They do a
what
digital
I thought.
gate
It looks
in
too
seasons
clear.
9 and seasons 10, and it's just not
Yeah,
as
those ones are
good.
gross. I hate it. Yeah, not for me.
I didn't even realize until you mentioned it, Evie, that's the Chulak symbol over Christopher's.
Yeah.
That would have been on purpose. That
Learn
had to have been on
something new
purpose. Yeah.
all the
I
time.
think it was on purpose, yeah.
So then the Coronymic one must have been.
It's not, I don't think. I
not.
couldn't find. I
Oh.
looked. I
Evie
did
double
look into
checking
it. I
before
did
David
look
even
into it.
asks.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at
that
you.
would make
But
sense,
I
wouldn't
couldn't
it?
find. Well, I couldn't find. I think the symbol
coordinates
for
for
Langara. Yeah.
Interesting. Wouldn't that have to be it, though? Langara coordinates.
So this
No, not Langara
two-parter
Island.
actually earned a Gemini nomination for Best Visual Effects.
Interesting.
There are some damn good effects here. Oh, Ryak, you're a bit young, my darling.
He wants to prove himself.
You know when you look at someone and you're like, that can't be your name? For some reason, his name being Neil just doesn't compute in my head.
Well,
You don't think he's a Neil?
Nah.
Neil is my grandfather's, or was my grandfather's name, so I always associate it with someone who's a lot older.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like Ruth.
I
You know,
see
in
a
that Friends
Neil
episode,
when
I
I
talk
see
about
him.
Ruth. No, I literally see. So my granddad had a friend who's much older, who's also called Neil, and I just see a very old man with a very receding hairline, and wrinkles for yonks.
Interesting.
So very bizarre for me.
Huh.
So she can't
Yeah,
come up
but-
with any ideas of her own,
Yeah.
but she's trying to debunk the
Yeah,
other
it's quite
That's the
theories.
thing, yeah.
frustrating. I get what
Yeah.
she's doing, but it's very frustrating. Yep.
There's no other choice.
No,
Yeah,
there's not.
if she had a better idea, then they'd be doing that instead, but she doesn't, so.
That's the thing. And that's the scary thing, too, because when inaction is the proper cause and you have someone else with an idea that's like, you know that this is not going to work, what are you supposed to do when you're dealing with people above you who expect results? Because sooner or later, it's going to blow.
Yeah. Oh, he bought like his little satchel.
It's probably all he has.
I hope he's got snacks in there.
You'd have to have like an energy bar or something, right?
Yeah.
Even symbiotes need to eat.
I don't know why, but I just imagined the symbiote like sticking out of the pouch like an alien, like a xenomorph, and then
That's
just
right.
like getting a little nibble.
You feed it directly.
Yeah.
Toss him the measuring tape.
Oh, this is such cute flirting. This right here. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with it.
Well, I love super sassy Sam.
Yeah,
so
this is
she's
hot.
turning the tude up to 11, and I'm
Oh,
totally here
absolutely.
for it.
She's just done.
They're both so hot here.
And the fact that it's facing the wrong direction, I just
Yeah.
love that. She just gets the final word.
It's not lined up
Credit
yet.
for this. At the gate.
She's just being difficult on purpose. I love it.
Oh man.
I love it.
Oh.
It's such good flirting. Like that is just straight up flirting. I'm obsessed with it.
That's it.
I don't know if I call it flirting.
It is.
It is flirting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know later that it is flirting.
Yeah. She makes
But
the comment.
You're right. We don't know right now that it's flirting
Yeah.
in and of itself.
I know looking at it. I remember when I watched it though, when I was younger, I was a bit like uncomfortable with it because I was like, no, go aim that energy at Jack. What are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see them flirt, but it is quite fun to see her mess with him a little bit and have that. So, because Sam's got like she's got a great attitude on her. She's got some sass. I love it.
Yeah, she
I wanna
does for
come down.
sure.
So Anubis
So
can now detect
Anubis-
cloak ships.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, that's a new one. So do
See,
you think like
that's
he
my guy.
got that from like the Asgard? Like, because the Asgard
Yeah.
and the ancients couldn't even pull that off. So it kind of makes you wonder like where he picked that trick up from. Like
They've
maybe
had
some sort of
10,000
unknown
years
race?
to advance their
Yeah.
technology.
This is a really cool sequence though. Like it's like the granddad, the dad, and the son all going out to
Yep,
Oh,
that's
you know,
it.
it's like three
That's-
generations almost.
I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with this relationship. The three of them melts my heart.
Did
Kind of makes
Chakran,
it
did
into
he
like a buddy
survive?
film.
Yeah.
I don't remember. was actually wondering that.
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
Yeah.
He gets out of there probably.
God, look at this team.
Gotta show
This is-
off.
This is magic.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
Yeah, you aim high, I'll aim low.
That's it. He's got him.
He still gets himself shot though.
Oh. He did a really good job until that point. It's only the shoulder as well.
I
No
love
biggie.
Tilt's
Look at
move
him.
here where he's like,
Boom!
yeah, he just shoots him from
Honestly,
behind. It's great.
The-
Not even
It's
looking.
such great teamwork. It's so great. So good. I love that whole sequence. It made me so excited. Lockwell just said they were married at one point. They must have flirted and dated at some point. Yeah, in the alternate universe. I do love
course.
that. I love that there was one universe and they were a couple.
They
I
did.
find that really fascinating.
And then they divorced.
Yeah.
Divorce, yeah, of
Seems
course.
right.
Yeah.
I do think that McKay
wonder
just
who
needed
filed.
like he just yeah.
Well,
I
think
feel like
that
McKay
sexual
did kind
tension
of
will
need
only get you
someone
so
who
far.
was yeah. I think Dr. Keller was great for him because she was quite like
I agree. I love them
soft.
together.
You know, she was
That's
able
my
to kind of
favorite
deal
ship
with
in
him and
Atlantis.
soften
Yes.
him a bit. So
David
yeah.
never bought it.
Yeah, no, I
Really?
get that
Nope.
too, but I liked it.
All right.
I did feel it was a bit quick in season 5 before it was good for me.
Hmm.
That's about
Yeah,
to
go,
blow.
go, go. Come on. Yeah, Jesus, guys.
So if they didn't have the iris, they'd have blown up in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, they
Yeah, it
would
was slowing
have.
things down massively. I bet Noob was
Maybe
just sitting
Noob-
there, like, controlling this
No,
thing, being like,
Anubis
why
would have
is it
known
not
about
going
the
faster?
iris, surely, because he had
Yeah.
access to Thor's memory, and Thor would have known about the iris.
I mean, that's why
Yeah.
he did this, right? He did it like this because he knew the iris couldn't take it all. It was eventually going to blow.
Mm.
But, like, Do you think he was sitting there like just getting more and more annoyed at like how long it was taking? And then when it sped up a bit, it's like watching something download with your crappy internet, and you're like, oh, a spike, oh.
Yeah. So at this rate, Rodney might work her way up to destroying a solar system someday.
Yvie, the way you were like, I could feel the bad joke percolating. I could like sense it from you. I was like, here it comes, here it comes.
She was electrocuted.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Is this the giant lot of trees?
I was going to say, where the Sentinel is. I literally just thought that at the same time as you.
It's the same looking moldy trees. Yeah. So tough.
Just lay low, let the symbiote do its work.
Yeah.
It shall heal.
Yeah, you did stop for a second, Ryak. Yeah, luck.
You will
see moments like that. I'm always like, I wonder if an ascended being was just floating around above, like Daniel or Oma, just being like, sprinkle a bit of luck on them, and then shoot off.
Like they're fairies.
Yeah. Because there's a moment where Daniel says, in season 9, he's like, did you ever think that there was a moment where the ascended beings were actually watching over us, and now they can't have any involvement because of like this, that, and the other.
So there was a Reddit discussion about this scene. So some called Rodney, arrogant, and they also acknowledged, his growth and self-criticism.
Yeah.
So one person highlighted this scene as a glimpse of SGA Rodney, while somebody else appreciated his vulnerability and insecurities. And they argued that this scene shows a depth to Rodney that's often missed by those who focus on his flaws.
Concert pianist. We just missed that.
Pianist. I love pianist.
I'm always the person who tries to see the good in everybody, even though it may not be apparent in how I act. I do try to see the best in everyone.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I remember when I first saw, it takes me a while sometimes, maybe a few hours. But that was an inside joke. I'm not going to comment further. But with McKay, I saw him in Atlantis after season 5 of SG-1, so I never saw this part of him. So I didn't know he was capable of being nice like this.
I think it probably would have taken him to the point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Also, he does sort of go from it's a pretty seamless transition from sentimental to creepy.
Yeah,
because he makes the comment about the hospital gowns.
He's, I think, mostly kidding.
I think that it's a weird defense mechanism to just be like kind of a bit inappropriate because he doesn't know how else to do things.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Adam's old cat. He'd enjoy snuggles, but then he'd realize that he actually hates humans and then like lash out.
I hate cats.
Yeah, me too.
You guys haven't known a good cat.
I've known a couple. I was raised
most of them
with
are the worst. Dogs are just generally good.
So, off topic, but for those interested, I've actually catalogued all of Sam's hand-related injuries since the first season. So, the last serious injury to her right hand was in 1969. That obviously happened before the episode. And then she also injured her left hand twice. Once was the cut in One False Step, and another time was the electrical burn in Entity.
There you go.
Damn.
Can I stand around and watch?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Holden.
He's so the worst sometimes. What's funny is if I was in like my work and someone did that, I'd go to HR so fast. But for some reason watching it on a TV show, I'm like,
HR kills all the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HR kills all the fun.
This is a great transition.
Is it just me, or does this weapon kind of look like two Stegosauruses fighting?
Yeah. There's beef.
That's funny. Now let's answer let's parry about the question that everyone has had a problem with since this episode aired. Why would the ancients design a machine that would destroy other Stargate targets?
Yeah, well,
why
they don't
would
really
they
explain
do that?
Do they?
Nope, they don't. And a part of my script, my concept for Stargate Oblivion that I wrote explained what this thing does.
Oh, that's cool.
What it's actually supposed to do. So
Yeah,
I
well,
would
I
assume
meant
it was
like
supposed
this
to be
might not
something
be
else,
its
or it was a
intended
naughty
function.
ancient. So
This
I
could be
didn't
like a
hear what-
byproduct of its intended function.
Right, exactly right. Yep. Yeah, it's not meant to stay on forever. It's meant to shut down.
Yeah, exactly.
So Anubis tweaked it.
or
so that
naughty
it
ancients were running around doing
Oh
bad
yeah,
things.
absolutely.
So they're called Ori.
Uh,
Ted just said the Ori as I said that. Like, so his comment, he's obviously not heard me say that yet. So that's blown my mind.
destroy Ori Stargates. Yeah.
No, all the Ori
So-
were doing it. They made
Yeah.
like, what if they made a
Guys,
thing?
there's
So
a
who knows?
continuity error coming up.
Oh,
So,
dear.
when Jonas is drinking coffee on the gate ramp, so as he looks at the iris, the pattern of the debris on the ramp completely changes between shots
Oh,
from the control room and the
jeez.
gate room. Like, it's really obvious. Like, look, there's like
Oh, okay,
one
right
piece
next
of
to his
debris.
left.
Yeah, and even the damage to the fluorescent lights on the ramp railings is inconsistent.
wow.
It goes from being the third
Yeah.
along to being the second along.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good. Those damn fluorescent lights. You know, when they explode, you got a serious problem. You have to
His
bring in hazmat.
butt looked really good there. These trousers are doing everything for his bum.
Also, he's transitioned from eating to drinking
drinking.
coffee
Yeah.
or tea.
He's discovered coffee.
And apparently, he kind of did this to like switch it up, but like that was sort of already RDA's quirk, so it didn't quite work.
Yep, that's the thing.
Well, he's got a little tea bag in there. I think
He
tea,
does.
it's extra cute. I think it would have been nice to see Jonah sitting there with like a teapot reading notes, you know? That'd have been a nice
Also, I
touch.
think like the showrunners had a bit of a tricky
Does it go
task
up?
with Jonas. Like they needed to prove his worth without stepping on Daniel's legacy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Robert C wanted to show that Jonas was like a team player, and Joe Malozzi promised like a unique alien perspective from Jonas. I think in this scene, Jonas is acting like an intellectual conduit for Sam,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
subtly guiding her to like the gate extraction idea.
That's it. He
So
had the
it's
nugget
like
of
he
the
learned
idea,
from-
and yep.
It's like he learned from his like earlier shutdown from Hammond, and now he's like playing it smart, trying to
Yep.
prove his value without waving like a neon obvious sign to say I'm useful.
Yep.
And I think it's
Yeah.
a really clever way to showcase his insight while
He's like
respecting the team dynamic.
unintentionally intelligent.
Yeah.
Like he's doing things by accident because he's just.
Well, I
'cause
don't
is
think he
just
was doing
smart.
it by accident. I think he knew, but I think he didn't want to be really obvious about knowing the answer. He wanted Sam to respect him for helping out, and like allowing her to come up with the idea herself. Do you know what I mean?
What I will say about that, and the only thing I disagree with is I feel like he wouldn't have slowly walked over to the ramp and hung out there for ages, wasting valuable time to bait Sam into that. But potentially, I just think I don't agree. Only
I don't know
because I
whether
feel
he
like
was
it wastes
baiting.
too
I
much
think he was just
time.
making the most of the situation.
Yeah.
Just in my thought.
I feel like if it was in his head, he would have run straight over to Sam and said something. I feel like maybe. Oh no, here we go.
No, he didn't want to do that because Hammond just shut him down before.
I
He
think
also
maybe
wanted to give it to Sam because he probably didn't have the complete idea formed.
Yeah, I think maybe the thought was percolating, so he hadn't thought to say anything yet, and then he gave it to Sam
Yep.
down there. Yeah, percolated for a minute, and then he realized and gave it to Sam. There we
Sure.
go. That's the connection.
Cool.
Hey, more
architecture.
Sentinel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All the dirty rocks and trees.
I also like to say that we're about to lose the Antarctic Stargate forever. So
Yeah, that's
That does make me
true.
really sad. I do think about that.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
because that's what we've been
Rip.
using for 2 seasons.
Yeah. Raj
So,
Weaver asked, "What is the ring Jonas is wearing?" I did actually want to ask because that is
That's
a
a
thing
great
about
question.
him that I've
Yeah, I
always
don't
wondered.
know. I haven't looked into it.
Maybe
But
for next
it
time.
does look like Bring Your Kid to Work Day might actually pay off for Tilk and Braytag.
Yeah.
So this is a 2D shot that Rainmaker composed.
It's
just a
cool.
vertical
It's
up.
perfect.
Yep.
Also, I want to take a moment to appreciate Gary Chalk's eyebrows. So I don't think they're just eyebrows; they're like hair balconies. So like, I'm equal parts impressed and a little bit envious.
Oh, that's funny.
My friends always comment on how my eyebrows have shadows because they're so thick and dark that like when the light's on them, you can see a shadow of my eyebrow, and I feel like he
Yeah.
has like balcony shadows.
He does.
I'm very impressed. I love a strong eyebrow.
Who doesn't?
Absolutely. Yeah.
My
nice
Nan's
and
eyebrows
bushy.
disintegrated from age, so it's
Oh,
like
she has no eyebrows?
yeah, they've gone, they disappeared years
Did she
ago.
draw them on?
No.
Probably a victim of like overplucking
like-
and waxing back in the day.
She has 6 hairs left on like each brow. So
Oh.
yeah.
Well, you know what? Whoopi Goldberg does well without eyebrows.
Yeah, you
She's
don't need
always
eyebrows.
done without eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, she has a pretty face, so
she does.
yeah.
You're saying my nan doesn't?
I don't know your nan.
Your
No,
nan
I was
also
making a
has a
joke.
very pretty face.
There we go.
There we go.
I thought I was
And
like
here is,
unintentionally firing shots.
Aaron Douglas in his second Stargate appearance,
That's
but as a
it.
different Jafar character.
Jeez,
So
my
he's made a
guy.
switch from Free Jafar to a bit of an antagonist.
I'm wanting to get him on Dial the Gate so bad.
I would
Oh, that
love
would
for
be
you to talk to
amazing.
him,
This
and
is
then
like
you
his
tell
first
him how much I
appearance
love him.
ever. Yes. I
Well,
know.
he's Canadian as well, which
He
you
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
Well, his first appearance was that dying guy on Keb. No, just before they got to Keb.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maternal instinct.
I think he's like really hot. You know, Chief is like hands down my favorite character in Battlestar Galactica. So, gotta love him. Yeah, if you could be like, hey, Aaron Douglas, get on the show. Also, Nicole loves you. I'd love that.
He's lived an interesting life.
Yeah.
Where is the boy?
Don't actually know.
It's gross seeing him be so nasty.
But he does it so well.
Yeah, I know. This makes me sad. To me, he was like the heart and soul of the Galactica. So,
Perceptive. I guess we see where Harak gets promoted from.
Yeah.
God, he's being so like almost like sultry in his like taunting. Now I'm kind of into it.
Oh, he's good. He's so
God, he's
good.
hot. He's so hot.
sultry death
Honestly,
taunts.
no. I was watching Rings of Power. Sauron was going off on one on Galadriel, and I was like, oh, "Daddy, chill, like please." Oh,
You have some interesting quirks.
thank you. I pride myself on it. Jed Tess said, "I never noticed until recently. Whoopi Goldberg has no eyebrows." Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mad.
This is
Yeah.
true.
So, for those of us who use the other measuring system, that's roughly 29,030 kilometers. Sorry, kilometers, kilograms. And also it's about 112 miles. I was talking about kilometers before.
God, that limp is very obvious. Poor RDA.
Yep. We didn't know before that the gate weighs 64,000 pounds.
No.
No.
So,
New fun fact.
yeah.
Yeah, stop it. Shouldn't have
Should
had that
have had
lunch.
that cake.
Yeah, cake. There it is.
Was it pound cake?
Oh, that would have been funny. Oh, gosh. Quite bizarre.
I love how she just subtly mentions Jonas. He deserves something. So, RDA
what?
did provide
Yeah.
some more insight into Jack's relationship with Jonas. He said that Jack can't seem to forget Jonas is an alien, partly because of his impressive memory, which is a trait that makes Jack uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah,
Could
she's
go
just
wrong.
everything. It's all good.
I'll just keep falling.
pretend.
The
Yeah.
door's not closing quick enough.
Yeah, I'm such good. Like
Just getting
the
awkward now.
comedy. The comedy
Yeah.
is so good. God, the music is really good
Oh,
in this. I'm sorry,
Ryak.
David.
So
You got this little
tired,
grasshopper.
Tired of waiting. Tired of waiting for
Hey, it's the part of the crap from Sentinel.
father. Yes, it is.
How long is that crap going to be there for? Like, how long are they going to use
Until
it?
it
Look at that
disintegrates.
glow. Look at that purple glow.
Those are called gels.
I like purple.
You do.
Mm. Actually, that's my hair
beautiful.
color at the moment, that purple.
I
Lovely.
know,
There you
you look
go.
snazzy. You look like a snack.
Thank you. It's
I
my
didn't say
Brad
that
Mondo
earlier.
coloring that I bought from the US.
From the hair place?
Uh-huh.
Ah, nice. I was actually going to ask about that the other day. I was thinking about that. About the hair place.
So did anyone catch the grass? So it's apparently lining the runway at Area 51. So last I checked, the only thing growing in the Nevada desert was conspiracy theories. Also, the fighters that we saw in the background are apparently T-38 Talons. So their inclusion actually stems from Brad Wright and Robert See's passion for fighter jets.
Yes.
And Wright had previously flown in a T-38 Air Force jet, which influenced their decision to feature the aircraft in background shots of this episode.
That's true. Who directed this episode?
Martin.
Okay,
Yeah,
Martin Wood is
Martin
also a huge jet fan, so that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, right.
Yep. Are these two light sconces the same ones that they brought in to
I was going to say, yeah, I think so.
Ooh, look at that. That's so cool. Light up the gate room when the orb took over.
Genuinely, I was going to say something, David, because I was like,
the
that
same
light
thing.
sconce looks the damn same.
Yep. They were also in the previous episode, but I didn't say anything at the time because I chose not to.
Oh,
because Yvie was probably relaying some important
information.
facts. Yeah.
It's probably me rattling off some garbage.
Garbage.
That's not garbage. How dare you.
Relevance.
Interesting garbage.
More relevant than half the crap I spew.
Ooh, troop transport. Second time we've seen one.
Yeah, that thing is ugly.
Yeah.
Interesting, but ugly.
It looks like a shark fin.
It does.
It does. It really does. You got this.
There we go. Such a cool sequence.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's perched there.
I'm just appreciating the visuals. I can't say anything. I'm just looking.
So, like the stripped down X-302, Jack's mask is also missing some crucial components. So it lacks the preamp for the microphone and the wiring harness. So he wouldn't actually be able to communicate as shown. But, you know, we put that aside.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the maximum towing capacity is for a 747.
Yeah.
I can't find it right now. I'll try to find it later.
I'm just reminded of my sleep apnea mask every time.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, so I never really got to witness a sleep apnea mask when we were in Canada, but when I was sleeping next to you, I could like, you know, it was really fascinating.
It in its full glory.
Yeah, it was really interesting because I was sitting there like witnessing it in action, and I could tell when it like was working at best, and then like when like you were like not fully asleep or something. I could hear the difference. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
The Boeing 747-8F has a maximum takeoff weight of 975,000 pounds.
Whoa.
So it can carry a Stargate.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah, this is a very nerve-wracking sequence.
Yeah, I love it.
Like
The
I get like
anxiety.
sweaty palms, like I'm the
Right?
one piloting
Absolutely.
this thing. Oh, I also find myself holding my breath.
My favorite thing is there's only like a few minutes of this like episode left, or like 10 minutes, and they're screwed. I love the panic end of the day, like holy crap solution moments. It's awesome.
For like considering this is Jonas's debut, we don't really see him a lot in this episode.
This is true.
No, yeah.
So I
The thing
remember
is,
when
like,
these
what can he
monitors
do?
were available for like a minute. These monitors were available commercially, and then they just discontinued them.
I just think they're too much of a I was going
Just
to say a bad
easier
word.
to connect,
Effort.
you know,
Put
monitors
three
together.
monitors around,
Right,
and
exactly
then
right.
You
That's
can
what we
shape
do
them
now.
whichever way you want. Yeah.
I have an ultra wide myself for my video editing, but yeah, that's the only thing that's really caught on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got like a few seconds to come up with a solution, guys.
And no,
And
we're
you
gonna start
biffed
falling.
I love that you can see the reflection of
Yes.
the water on the
Yeah,
underside.
that was
of
cool.
Because
craft.
is the iris facing down, facing toward Earth? I think that's
it
what
must
that
be.
means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it must
Yeah.
be because you wouldn't be able to see the reflection otherwise.
We're dead.
We're all gonna go boom. Unless he can go into a hyperspace
Actually,
window.
Jack comes up with the idea, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
He says
No?
he says we don't have to go. Surely, like it can just go. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. No,
He
luck
sure
for you.
looks like, he's free of the atmosphere, but he's not, I guess. The gravity field. The coast of Europe.
I hate when they say just Europe. It's like, which part?
Yeah, but then you get a tsunami.
Okay, that one. So Spain or
Ding, ding.
France. This reminds me of when he's like, the water will attenuate the satellite's beam intensity and buy us more shield time. And it's like, bruh, like at the end of season 3, when
Yeah.
they sink the city.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like,
right, yep.
It's not going to attenuate it enough. The laser's like too
Yeah,
intense.
that's the thing.
So
And it's a
his
city, not a
solution-
yo-yo, so.
Yeah. Just quoting, okay. It's crazy how his solution is always, hey, we're all going to die, stick it in the water.
Here comes Ryak.
Oh, you got this, boo.
Yeah.
It's pretty selective.
So
That's pretty
proud of
good.
you, my son.
He's quite good because he's managed to miss like the 2 most crucial people in that convoy.
Got good at that. Was cool. Watching
Yeah.
the chain split. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
That
it
was
was
really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Whoever was
All
responsible
right.
for that. Good job.
Neil
Oh, he's
loved
so
this moment.
proud.
Neil loved the shooting this.
You can
It's
tell.
a great moment.
Yeah.
I wish I had that moment. I'm very jealous. That's awesome.
Gets to be the
Oh,
hero.
Puffy Pops.
Yeah, there's the iris on the bottom.
Awful solution. Yeah, what? Here we
There
go.
we
There we
go.
go. He comes up with the idea. See, the
Who
most
cares?
simple idea. No one
Guys.
else came up with that
That's
idea.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to get it out of the neighborhood.
It's a shame that it wasn't like Jonas that came up with it, but it feels very like Jack came up with it in panic in the moment because he's the one in it. So yeah, do it. Under advisement. It's genius.
They got what, half an hour?
Yeah. Oh,
It slipped in 3 days.
That's why I was nice to you because I'm sleep deprived.
And he was
Yeah.
right.
here we go. Here's Jonas's moment.
Yeah, you
Mini burst.
don't have to go far. You just have to,
Yeah.
It's funny how McKay initially is like, "You're crazy," and then a second later he's like, "Oh no, this makes sense."
That's how his mind works,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he goes straight to, "We're doomed. Screw you." To, "Oh yeah, good idea."
Oh no, 11 minutes to
He does do that a lot, actually. I'm thinking about that silly
He
moment.
does. He does it almost in
with the,
every episode of
when-
Atlantis.
When Shepard's like, "Yeah, we're gonna use the shields like an umbrella," and he's like, "Do you not realize how crazy that is? Like it's gonna fan out." And it's like, "Okay, McKay, chill." I just love his panic. You know what? His panic makes me panic more. Like he does a great job feeding me the energy to like start freaking
He
out for
does,
these
yeah.
episodes. Look, his math is helping.
Yep.
Oh, look at you
No,
guys
when they put
working
their heads
together.
together, it really does work.
Oh, season 4 of Atlantis, I actually love when she gets her science on. She doesn't get to do it often, and when they start sciencing together, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just keep falling.
yeah.
All right. I love how he waited for them to come to the top of the hill. So it's like, okay, Dad, now see me.
Yeah, look
exactly.
at me. Look how proud
Watch me.
you're
Look
gonna
at this,
be.
Dad. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Are
Yeah.
you watching? Are you watching?
That'd be like a moment that I'd like if I asked that, I'd like be on a bike and I'd fall over or something. So
The
Exactly.
Stargate chevrons weren't lit when we got the tighter shot of the gate. It was black.
Ah.
maybe it powered down. It couldn't. It just wanted to go to sleep for a little bit. It's not being used like a mouse. My mouse light goes off after a while. It's doing the clicking, but it's off.
There we go.
This is a ballsy move.
I know. So there's a bit of a scientific inaccuracy regarding the gate explosion. that we see in a few seconds. So it's
Goodbye,
said to
Antarctica
happen
Gate.
3 million miles away,
It's
but the
gone.
light from the explosion reaches Earth almost instantly.
That's
You're
the
right.
thing.
It should have
Yeah.
taken longer.
It should have
Yeah.
taken about 17 seconds, apparently.
Really? 17
Apparently.
seconds
I
to
don't
reach?
know who came up with that. Yeah, to
Interesting.
reach their visual.
I mean, if it's a big enough explosion and it reaches far enough out, then I guess could do 17 seconds.
Well, the sun is 92 million miles away.
I was
And
going to
that's
say the
7
sun's going to
minutes.
take like 8 minutes. That's 7 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine this taking like 9 minutes.
Well, then wouldn't that have, I mean, relatively been it if we're, compressing time a little here?
I said 9 minutes. I mean like 90 minutes. Yeah. I guess. If we just pretend that this time was longer
We
while
do.
they were waiting. Yeah.
One of the frustrating things about the show is, for me, at the beginning of the show, it takes about,
So
10 to 15. That's actual footage.
yes, from the Apollo program.
Ah.
Yeah,
I was
thought
going to say as well, Walter said patching and satellite imagery, but the imagery that appears on the monitor is clearly shot from a helicopter.
Helicopter.
Oh, look, they're like, oh no, we screwed
It's
it up.
off. Try
That's
again.
the thing. Like, it's the Earth
Take
had no
two,
idea that
electric
Teal'c and
boogaloo.
Ryak and Braytak were like trying to save their
Yeah.
bacon. They had no idea they had that.
It's a good thing Anubis found this thing rather than built it. Otherwise, all they would have done is just redone it.
Redone
Yeah,
it,
I did think that he'd like for a while that he hadn't just found it, that he had just built it himself. So why didn't he build another? But I feel like those meddling kids ruining my stuff. That plan's not going to work again because I'll just do it
That's
again.
it.
So
Yeah.
There goes that gate. 2 gates
Yeah.
gone in just a few seconds.
Bye.
yeah. Ta-ta.
So, according to Joe Malozzi, Redemption really cemented David Hewlett as a favorite guest star.
Oh, yeah.
So this obviously led to McKay joining the Atlantis team instead of a different.
Oh, yeah, he was
Doctor
recommended.
character.
For sure. I love this scene.
Well, I heard that apparently it was... Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, but... this means you don't hate me.
Ah.
Say it.
That means you like
Say it.
me.
But when she admits I was more attracted to you when I did.
Oh, the smile. Oh my
That's so funny.
God. Cheeky.
Yeah, I heard that apparently with the whole with him, from the stories I heard, is that he was picked quite late. Like they had
He
other
was.
people lined up, and that he
Yeah.
they realized, oh shoot, we've
David
got someone
Hewlett
perfect.
or
yeah,
Mm.
yes,
Hewlett.
because they
David
couldn't find
Hewlett.
anyone to play Ingram. It just wasn't working, and they're like, "Well, we've
Yeah.
got Rodney."
Yeah.
And one of the executive producers of the show actually created the character, so you wouldn't have to pay anyone for him to be on for character rights to be on the show. So, and that's what it comes down
clever.
to. Believe me. So big chunk of it.
Ignaz said ditching the gate was pointless. I mean, no, they had to because they were going to die. But
Yeah.
if Ryak and Teal'c would have been a little bit faster, then yeah, they wouldn't have needed to do that.
Yeah, that's true. Property of US Air Force. Oh,
Yeah.
he's still going to take it with him.
Yeah. I feel like they owe him a few lamps.
I think so, yeah.
And we don't have Prometheus yet to rescue the off-world teams.
Yeah.
But I think we could have gotten him back with the Toker. Well, with the Frigifa at least.
Oh, yeah. He's all good. Got the music. They use this same song again when Daniel's standing in front of the gate in 702, having a whole nostalgic moment.
Yes.
I just love this
It's
music
like
here.
it's like full of hope.
Yeah. They're going to
Yeah, here it is,
land on the top of the
climb,
mountain.
The climb and the music here. Oh,
Yeah.
oh God, I love this little tune. It's really good. It's really cute.
Aww.
I do miss the drama of season 1 where they use like the score from the film a lot, and then they use the and then they had the new score built for season 1 where there was these huge like orchestral movements. I do miss it.
So this is the Giza Gate.
This is the Giza
Previously
Gate.
recovered by the Russians.
It's back.
and it's making its return to Cheyenne.
So we technically do get an X-303 reference here.
We do,
Yeah.
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 So yeah, that's obviously later the Prometheus, and also like Russia gains significant leverage in this episode. So later in the series, they use this to negotiate ownership of the BC-304,
Yes.
which they name the Korolev.
And it lasts 5 minutes.
Yes.
Honestly, so I'm devastated. Like I wish that they hadn't gone out like that. Like, oh my God. Honestly, devastates me. The Russians deserved that after the amount of like crap they had to deal with.
Well, they do get their
some-
own team here. Instead
Yeah.
look at him limping.
They do.
See him
But
limping.
I do think there's a bit of an unfair balance in like
Yeah.
how much control SGC has. But yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, this is such an awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So,
a chance for him to, start mending something. If had they
Justify.
known, that they would have been like, look, the fans need you to do this. Be a
Yeah.
little bit more comfortable, be a little bit more, welcoming of him now.
So I think during early season 6, RDA predicted that Jack would maintain a professional but somewhat curt relationship with Jonas. And I think this interaction is proof of that. So apparently Corin was like totally on board. He thought that this sort of frosty dynamic would spice things up on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And narratively, it makes sense. But from a fan perspective, God, they ate him alive. So...
Yeah, I know.
I never had any issues with Jonas. I really wish that
No, me
people
neither.
were just nicer. He's a good egg.
I could wish for peace on Earth.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like how Corin was feeling about it either. Like it's got to be tough.
Yeah. So this episode was praised for its balanced approach, offering ground assaults, character development, and the entertaining three-way collaboration between Sam, Jonas, and McKay. But some fans felt that Drayak's death was underplayed, given her significance in
I
earlier
agree.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we just give them their own team? They can die off in season 6.
It's another yeah, exactly. Another simple solution from Jack.
Actually, I think I'm
the
going to give
moment
this a
that
try.
He embraces him,
Yeah.
kind of.
So Jonas is number 10.
Oh, so sad.
Lucky
Okay,
10.
look, he's coming in with the lame ass helmet
Yeah,
from season 1.
his little trot there, and he's wearing the hat.
Yeah, lose the helmet, darling. Look, the way Jack's like, no,
No.
let him be lame.
He looks ridiculous.
There you go.
But
Pull
he's
out the hat.
trying. Yeah.
Aww.
SG-1 patch.
One of the team now.
Oh, this is quite cute. I like the music as well. Sorry, David.
So I think the events of this episode are later mentioned in Stargate Atlantis season 3 finale. I also wanted to ask you guys, so some viewers have questioned why Stargate Command didn't simply harvest a gate from another planet, especially once they have their own ships.
Yeah, they could
So
have.
don't the Tok'ra have the ability to uproot and relocate gates when they move addresses?
That's debatable if they do that or not.
I feel like it never looked like they had the resources to do that. If someone told me that, I'd be like, nah.
So when you move the Stargate, you probably should move the DHD too, so it can perform a correlative update whenever it gets to where it's going. But I don't know how you would necessarily trigger that. So
Yeah.
and would the correlative update
overthinking.
change the coordinates that you have to type in? And how much do the actual coordinates
Maybe
have to
there's
do
like
with
a
the
big
constellations?
red reset button.
Underneath.
And you gotta, like,
Pull
it
out
down
the
for,
big
like,
red
5
crystal,
seconds or
and then you
something.
Yeah.
reinsert the big red crystal, according to
Yeah.
Adrian Conrad.
Yeah. See,
It's
look, we figured it
probably
out.
it's probably as simple as that. So
Makes sense.
that was Redemption
That's
Part
canon
2.
now. Yeah.
All right, gang. Well done.
That was a good time.
Good episode.
What'd you think, Nicole?
Love it. What do I think?
I'd
Is
like
it my
to-
rating?
I'd like to
Yes.
know.
The way you said it, I was like, why are you picking on me?
I'd like to go in the order that we did for the first one, since these two hang
Sure.
together.
Sure, that makes sense. I'm gonna go for another 6 again. I think that for me, I love the being trapped. I don't care how like mundane it's feeling. The first part may have been the less juicy part, but for me, there was so many exciting moments. Like McCabe, when he first comes up, you're like, oh, like there's that douche. That's always fun. And I thought that there was like some good introduction moments and the significance of why Jonas like left and the impact on like, Kelowna and everything's very interesting and still present in the Quadria and everything. That he nicked because they were being very naughty with it. So yeah, I think it's another 6. I'm really it just continues the previous part, and it's good. It's great. I have fun. And seeing, Ryak, Braytak, and Teal'c being super adorbs, it's just and Chief, Aaron Douglas, what a guy.
Good old Chief.
Good old
Yvie?
Chief.
Yes, good old Chief. So I think I'm going to go and increase my previous rating by 1 chevron. So I'm going to go with a 6 with this one. I don't have a lot of room to wiggle, but it's definitely better on the last one because it, obviously ties up all of the loose ends. Again, I love to hate Rodney, so I'm glad that he was back.
You have to give grit to the oyster to get it to make the pearl.
Yeah, he'll be a pearl one day.
Very good, yes. But yeah, I like actually, I'm not usually a huge fan of Ryak, but I did like his return in this episode. And I think he's really, I guess, proved himself to be the warrior that he was destined to be, like his father, following his father's footsteps. And
big shoes
I
to
like
fill.
that. And I do like the trio with Braytak and Teal'c and Ryak. I think that's really sweet.
They do make
It's
a good
like
set. I
3
wish there were more
generations of
missions
warriors.
with them. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are fantastic, generational trio. It makes me really happy.
Exactly.
I love those.
Yeah, it makes me, it just
and the
warms
fact
the
that
cockles
Braytak
of my heart.
isn't even like Teal'c's dad, but like I love the whole adoptive.
He's still a
parent
kind of
thing
like
as
a
well.
father figure.
Yeah,
and,
I think
Braytak is just
to me, actually,
wise
I
beyond
tend
wise.
to I value the relationships with a step parent or like a parent who sticks around more than like an original one based on a lot of the stuff I've got going on.
The parent the one who chooses to become to take on that
exactly.
responsibility.
My entire
it doesn't have to be
upbringing
related by blood.
Was full of that. My grandmother, I'm not remotely related to her by blood, but I live with her, which is a perfect example of like she chose to be the mum I needed.
That is your grandmother.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she is
exactly.
My nan,
so meanwhile, like I also I really enjoy Braytak's wisdom. Like I think that there should be some sort of like app for your phone called like like Pocket Braytak or something. And it just has like pearls of wisdom. I would gladly spend like a whole 99 cents on that. Anyway, yeah, so I think I would do
Who call him a hassock?
A hassock. Those darn hassocks.
No, the bridge is well guarded.
That was good. It's a 4 for me.
Better than before, yeah.
Okay.
Better than 3, yeah. So this is definitely the improvement over the 2. David Hewlett is magic in this episode with Amanda Tapping. They are great together, those two. We get some movement on Jonas's character, the creative idea of, well, let's just get rid of the Stargate. I didn't see that coming. So it's the first time we see that kind of process unfold where they go through and hoist it and pull it out. We see this a couple of times later in the show as well, particularly in 200. I love the stuff, the repartee between Neil and Tony and Christopher, and Aaron Douglas is great in this episode as well, and it sets up what's going to be the mood for season 6. So yeah, it's a 4. Indeed. It's a 4 for me. It's a ticking clock episode.
I like ticking clock. It is just
that
fun.
sense of urgency.
Yeah, I always think about 200 where Martin's talking about like, they're like, Daniel says like, what's the difference? You're not going to have a ticking clock on the screen. He's like, oh, ticking clock, yes.
We did kind of have a ticking clock in this case because
I was
we had
thinking
that
about
reflection on the
That's right.
on the gate room window, which was actually not a reflection. Yeah,
that was very interesting. So Anthony
so it wasn't mirrored, is what you were saying? It wasn't
mirrored. Yeah,
it was supposed to be a reflection,
mirrored.
but they deliberately
But
turned
they
it so
did
you
that
could see it
deliberately.
straight. It's
Of
very
course.
Yeah,
nice.
they did it deliberately. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nicole.
It's cool. Anthony said it's a 6 from me. Rod Luther says that this one is a 6 out of 7. So both are 6 out of 7s. Stuart, 6 out of 7. Needed more Jonas for a 7. Love that, Stuart. Appreciate you. Gecko Fett, 6 out of 7. Would watch explosions again anytime. Nick Nar, a 5. Jacob's not here, but Jacob also voted earlier saying a 6. Appreciate you doing that, Jacob. Very helpful for the spreadsheet. Robin, a 6 out of 7. Jean Diada, it's a 5 for me. Lockwatcher, this is a 6. The story, the actors, the effects. Stargate is back, and it's here to stay. An episode like this is why we watched Stargate in the first place. Bet it will here for more seasons. What? Okay. Sure. Is it but? I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say there. A big paragraph from Lockwatcher. And then Jed Ted with 7 chevrons. Shimmering Victoria, 5 out of 7. Always love seeing Braytac. And I think we are donezo unless someone else has anything else to add. And if you aren't here when we say this, add it later. Harris McGrade, I have not seen you before.
So Harris is from Sidetrack. Harris is one of the Sidetrack guys.
Hi, Harris.
Tony Amendola should write a book called Braytax's
Wisdom.
I'd read that.
I agree.
I'd read that.
Just quotes. It'd just be quotes.
Just, yeah. Brilliant quotes with the occasional indeed like added on from Teal'c. Like I want Christopher Judge's like pen in there.
Like I have one of those like it's like a little pocket thing for your office, and it has like cards in it, like a deck of cards, and each of them is like a inspirational quote, and you can have like a quote of the day.
I'm carrying a couple with me right now.
Yeah.
In my wallet. So but they mostly have an F word in each of them. So
I love that. Dan Ben
also
says
inspirational.
5 out of 8. So 5 out of 7 chevrons. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth at the moment. 5 out of 7 for Dan Ben. So yeah, I think it's a really good episode. I'm really excited for the next ones because there are just some great dramatic episodes with lots of like
Abyss is coming up.
God.
Yeah. And Descent. That's why I drew that
Descent,
one.
Yeah,
Descent
is great.
That's
great.
Just to remind everyone of my image, you know, my fantastic artistry. Really
Bad example.
Bad example.
Bad example.
Yeah. So I like this. I try to be Australian. I can't do it. So I just sound like an idiot now. Yeah. I'm really chuffed that we're finally at season 6. I'm dreading some episodes in a way, but that's kind of good because they're ones I haven't seen very often because I don't enjoy them as much.
Just enjoy pulling them apart with the rest of us.
Exactly. And like we've said before, it's just better with friends.
Absolutely.
So your perspective might change.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a shirt that says Stargate better with friends.
Yeah.
Like we need that. You love
but that almost sounds like a negative.
No.
Maybe best with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds better.
What were you saying, David?
Stargate
when
is
I was,
best with friends.
fumbling?
Oh, I just loved like the look on your face when I said 3 and you guys went
it's just yeah, it was quite surprising. Jet Ted said ball hype. Yeah, I'm very excited for Bocce ball hype.
Bocce ball.
Ball. Yeah.
Lockwatcher, David, Nicole, Yvie, appreciate you coming back once again. Well, we are happy to have you.
We appreciate you guys coming back once again.
I've got to remind everyone, 2 weeks from now, guess what? Clocks change again.
That's right. Let me look at the schedule
it's gonna be
here.
8 p.m. start time for me. I believe, David, you're back to like midday or something, and Evie stays the same because she doesn't have daylight savings down under.
This is true. So...
I don't know. We do have it down under. We just don't have it in my state.
No, your one.
So
I said that to my nan. I was
twice.
specifying with her. She was like, "Oh, do they not do it?" I'm like, "No, Perth doesn't do it." And she was like,
WA doesn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We voted it out.
Yeah.
Really?
So we go from being like 3 hours time difference with the eastern states to being 2 hours time difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm updating. I have the dates wrong on dialthegate.com, but that'll be fixed momentarily for the upcoming episodes. As far
as I know, mentally, I don't think there's anything I'm doing. So.
Okay.
It will affect it. So.
Well, there we go. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm going to be going to see the Blue Angels in Pensacola, Florida on the 1st of November.
Oh.
So, that's a Friday. Yeah.
Well, I will be in Melbourne
that weekend.
So yeah, so we've got one more stream left, and then we've got another 2 weeks off because I will be in Melbourne.
Is that
Victoria.
the 27th?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so I just marked.
Yeah.
So okay,
it'll be in the calendar. It was in the calendar.
We skip that one.
Okay, so
27th and the 3rd.
November the 3rd. So I just updated wrong. So for the 27th and the 3rd, we're off.
And the 3rd, yeah, because my flights are on the Sundays.
Well, Evie, what
I've got work to do offline, so let's just we'll straighten it all out in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Here. We're not gonna have everyone hang on for us, but yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. Appreciate you all. Raj Luthra, has anyone plans to go to New York Comic Con?
I wish I had the money.
Yeah,
It would be awesome, but
San Diego,
no.
wipe me out.
there was a possible, yeah, true, possible opportunity for me to go, but we changed our plans in terms of one of the groups that I was working with. So that's what's going on. Guys, thank you for doing the show with me. Always love having you.
No, thank you, darling. We love you. And
Absolutely,
Yes.
love you.
We love you guys.
We love participating and discussing and enjoying.
It's a nice
as a
anchor.
team.
Yeah.
It
and,
is.
We've got more to come, so we're going to move through season 6 together. And to keep an eye on dialthegate.com for the correct dates in just a few minutes here after I confirm them.
But we're here next week for sure. So
That's
Yeah.
it. I'm David. I'm with Nicole
thanks, guys.
and Yvie, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for coming. Bye.